Hello! Oh, right, I forgot that that's still moved up. Hello, all, and welcome back! Let's move this down to the right spot. And then remember which one of these is the webcam, because it decided to fuck with the exposure again. Haha!
Huzzah!
There we go.
Can't anything keep its settings?
So, that one does, unless... So, it keeps its settings totally fine, except that I have it set so the camera is not allowed to enable buffering, because it does odd stuff if it's allowed to enable buffering. And it keeps all of its settings except for the exposure, if I don't allow it to buffer, and I don't know why. None of it makes any sense. Hey, Marcusy, and I am guessing Learning Death is over in your chat, because I don't have yours open right now, because I'm a fool. Wait a second. Here, I can cheat.
Do a little cheating.
Yeah, come here, multi-stream. Yay, they almost both started muted, except mine unmuted. That's weird. Why the hell did mine unmute to start? Oh well. Now I can see both chats. Perfect.
I need to do that. Pause the stream on my computer, open it up on my TV, because
it's a whole process for both of us.
Yeah.
Do I want any of these people? Oh, hell yes. Free person with the silenced Winfield? Yes, give.
Oh, that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to give me 1 second. I'll find it real quick.
One?
Because I know I sent you a bunch of the...
oh, yeah, the info on the test server? Yeah.
Yeah. They're doing quite a bit.
Good lord, why did this person survive a hunt? This person has, like, no gear. How did this one survive? Yeah, I admit, my brain is currently completely broken because I spent way too much time trying to figure out an optimal mining build in Elite that I... Because I've been doing a bunch of mining because it, frankly, I now understand why it's so lucrative, and it's nice to just sort of sit down and do a thing that's pretty relaxing. But my ship is definitely not ideal for it because the ship that I'm flying can be a good miner, but I like it more as a combat thing.
Yeah.
So I've been trying to figure out exactly what I want on this idealized mining Python and what I want to do with it and how much it's going to fucking cost me, which that's the hard part. And I think I've finally set it out, but I spent most of today doing that.
Alright, so... got the...
I'll say so.
1.3 test server patch notes up.
Okay.
Okay. So, new enemies. New special enemies. A grunt doctor that drops a health kit that's usable by 2 people upon death, and it stays on the ground so people can see it.
Oh.
When they go through the area. A concertina armored, which...
Yeah, that one sounded unpleasant.
Yeah, so like I messaged you this so I can go into detail a little bit more about how that affects them. So they are going to be less susceptible to melee, because if you get in melee with them, you take damage from the concertina aspect of them because they're wrapped up in fire. But that means some of their armor is missing, so they take more damage from gunshots.
Are they still like a one-shot to fire?
Yes.
Okay.
And the devs also said that when they die, they don't still act as like a concertina.
Okay.
Kind of stinks.
I'm kind of okay with it, just because you end up with a weird situation, because usually other players can't see, what's it called? corpses that you leave, you'd have a weird case where, like, this one kind of corpse needs to stay visible.
That and to keep the servers running pretty well, like the corpses despawn.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like they would have to have this one particular corpse that would never despawn.
Yep.
And yeah, that would just create more issues.
But new time of day.
Oh crap, right.
Sunset.
Sorry, applesauce just reminded me I didn't buy any turnips in Animal Crossing today.
Ooh. I mean, you still have time.
Do I?
So,
I thought she leaves.
What time do they leave?
I don't remember when they leave, but I'm pretty sure it's like a kind of early time. Like, I'm gonna guess 9 to 5.
Okay, she leaves at noon. That's what.
Oh, noon? Oh, yeah, then I definitely fucking missed it. Yeah. Yeah.
So, new sunset time of day.
Honestly, that one just sounds nice.
Yeah, it's going to change shadows significantly, obviously. But it looks nice. Then there are new weapons. There's going to be a Martini Henry marksman and a Mosin Nagant Oberez with a drum.
Isn't there all?
It's a single shot bolt action, but it has a drum clip, so you don't.
See, like that part I get, but isn't there already a Martini Henry that has a scope?
No. I think it's a Deadeye.
Huh. That's weird.
I should know this because I really like that.
Yeah, that just seems really odd to me that it wouldn't.
Yep. So there's that. There's decoy fuses, which I don't know anything about. Really, I don't know how those will.
Wait, there literally already is a Martini Henry Deadeye.
Yeah, but they're doing the marksman, the more powerful scope.
I did not realize that there. Wait, I didn't realize there was a difference.
The Deadeye is the lowest zoom factor, aside from the aperture on the windshield.
I did not realize there was a difference, if I'm completely honest, but I also don't like scopes terribly much in this game.
Yeah.
Okay.
I love the Deadeye personally. Like, that's what I've been wrecking things with.
I will try and get better with it then.
There's going to be a new trait for lever action rifles to rapid fire from the shoulder.
Yeah, that one sounds like the most useful thing.
Yep. So they're trying to buff Winfields, and
that seems fair.
Because nobody goes for a Winfield. Like they're increasing the damage, like a little bit. They're increasing the range at which you can headshot somebody with it and do significant damage, if not kill them.
Okay.
So they're making it significantly better. They showed gameplay of it with the Swift reload version, and holy crap. I'm going to be taking that probably a lot.
Yeah, it honestly sounds like a lot more fun. Hey, Tall Hobbit.
They've so the Automat is getting a new model because the one that was currently in the game was temporary.
Oh, okay. I don't remember them saying it was temporary, but okay.
Pretty badass. It also now, I think currently in game it fires 2 shots when you pull the trigger.
Yes, it does. I mean, technically, occasionally you can get it to only fire 1, but it's almost impossible.
Yeah, on the test server, they're making it so it always, every time you click the button, it fires 3.
So, you're only going to be able to get 5 trigger pulls. Great!
Yep.
You can only, for chat, you can only carry 15 rounds for the most Nagant Obrez. Or most Nagant Automat.
And you need to carry an ammo box to reload it, and you get 8 rounds, I think, from the ammo box. But, like, it's still the test server, so they're gonna...
Wait. Like, it specifically? Because it just fires long ammo, so you can reload it off of a...
Does it?
Yeah.
I thought it was only reloaded off of the... I thought it was special.
Nah. It just fires large. Which is why the technically secret tech for running an automat is to also run an uppercut that you will never use because it gives you 15 extra bullets.
Yeah, but they're making it harder to control at range.
That's fair. It's already hard, but that's
yeah,
fair.
They're increasing the rate of fire.
Do you want
And they're also adding in the game with the rapid fire weapons. As you rapid fire, your character's hearing gets muffled a little bit, kind of like tinnitus.
That's fair.
So that's an interesting mechanic. So it's going to be significantly different. They're doing improving the death screen and the lobby quite a bit. They're also adding. I mentioned this to you, but they're adding a new legendary hunter that is called the Redneck.
Yeah.
Which is just an old bearded guy with a straw hat and overalls. I don't know if he's wearing shoes or not, because they did not show off anything else about him. But he's got no shirt under his overalls, so he's got.
Of course he doesn't.
Just an old man with an old man.
Can't.
But that's what I wanted to mention.
I just realized that I'm holding the cat up to the mic that Odinson can hear, so I'm sorry if you're just hearing purring.
I actually don't hear anything.
This mic is great. Honestly. Like
I know it is, but like I can't honestly hear anything.
Yeah. Like, I was really concerned initially that Discord wasn't picking it up because I was tapping. I'm not doing it now, but I was tapping like the connection to the headset, and Discord was like, "I don't hear shit." Like, that's bad. And then when I said that out loud and watched as the levels went off for it, I'm like, "Wait." So it can hear it literally just doesn't hear it if you tap the mic. What the oh my god. This is amazing.
That's pretty nice.
Yeah. But yes, behold my beautiful fur child.
I will hire this guy, because this guy seems like a guy that I would use.
Okay, you don't have to test my claim that you can't hear booping the mic. Behold my beautiful idiot fur child.
You initialized the challenge for Kelser. He must.
Good point. Ooh, I should check what my challenge is. I can check the challenges in-game. Who's my fuzzy cat? See, like, this is why this cat is real bizarre. He does not care about you putting stuff like this dumb hat on him, provided it doesn't cover his ears. If it covers his ears, he's gonna sort of do the cat thing where he shuts down and is like, I don't know how to deal with this. But if you don't cover his ears, he's just like, yep, I'm fine, don't care.
Yep.
Your island has entrusted you with a great purpose and curse, the Pitfall Seed recipe. Oh, Apple, you're a monster. Oh, God. I forgot that the pitfalls were things, which is extra impressive considering that I know that they're things. Like, Oh, you're a monster, Apple. I love it, but you're a monster. So I should see, now that we've figured out the whole... What's a pitfall on their part? Wait. I'm trying to figure out if that's a joke.
It's a play on words.
Probably? Sorry, I was just sort of like, because I was hearing you setting something down on your desk, I guess? And it was...
Possibly.
Possibly. It was just a very confusing series of noises that had me going like, what the fuck's going on? Huh? I'm so glad that I pre-decided that I don't care about cat hair on any of these clothes, because good lord, he's just covering everything I'm wearing in cat hair. Hang on. I'm sorry, but you've got... Okay. See, now you're free. Yeah, Apple, you're a monster. I love it. Which, hey, as a reminder, tomorrow we're doing the community day, because it's a Monday, so obviously. But we're doing Mario Kart, and let's be honest here, probably a small amount of Animal Crossing afterward. Hang on, there's a hair that I can see hanging off of this.
As one does.
Yeah.
Actually, like, any such thing like as a small amount of Animal Crossing?
I mean, a little bit. I'm relatively capable of doing a small amount of Animal Crossing. Admittedly, I kind of need to try and, like, as Apple mentioned, having successfully found all of the things that are leaving in March, I'm missing 2 of them, maybe 3. Because I know I'm missing the sturgeon that's at the brackish water in between, or at the mouth of the rivers. Which always feels like such a weird word for the point where the water is going out, but... Oh, right, Apple, sorry. I don't remember if I thought I responded to that, but I couldn't actually remember if I did. I just have Mrs. Flamingo, but I'm actually pretty happy with it. And waiting for Mr. Flamingo to just come in. Because I play usually once every day, just I didn't today. And... I'm missing something...
A random item or a thing you can craft?
It's a random item. But once you find it once, you can reorder it.
Oh, okay.
Because has your community center upgraded yet?
Mine is, yeah.
Okay. So the shop there, or the little, like, ATM thing in there, can let you reorder stuff after the fact. Or after you've seen it once. Pretty much anything except for a select number of items.
We are in butcher territory.
Okay. I would rather call it the ass of the river because it makes more sense. Or, I don't know, maybe the mouth of the ocean, but that just... that doesn't sound right. Oh, wait, hang on, I got a thing for him. Hello. Brain, what will we say? But yeah, probably like some light Animal Crossing, so like Mario Kart until we're sick of it, some light Animal Crossing, and then I'll probably spend the rest of that day setting up my mining Python. Which I don't think I'll do on stream, but we'll see. Because the problem with doing anything else on stream is that I am now so behind on VODs, I haven't put any out. I found a lunchbox. Also an immolator. But also just, like, I think that I've found elite mining to be the most relaxing goddamn thing that I've done in a long time. Because, like, exploration is cool and very relaxing in itself, but it's also not really doing anything different.
That took everything in this area.
Okay. It's just, like, hit a system, honk it, and if you're really committed, then also map every fucking... Yeah. Map every goddamn planet in it, and then regret your life choices, and then do it again. But with mining, there's at least some variance of, like, is this a Motherlode asteroid? No? Do I care about what it has anyway? No? Okay. Fuck off. I mean, if I was gonna go drunk mining, I'd probably just set up with a mining laser and just collect painite. Because in that case, I don't have to aim at, like, specific targets or anything. And that's good, Zuo. That's very good. Doubled the amount of exercise you did this week. I quartered it, probably. Because most of the
I gotta start doing that tomorrow.
Yeah, most of the exercise that I had been doing was Ring Fit, and I'm self-conscious as all hell, and everyone is in my house all the time now, so I don't have time to do that.
So many ducks.
Yeah, ducks and ravens. And more ravens. Jesus Christ. Or
Holy
crows.
moly. Well,
Oh well. Where are you trying to go?
to the prison.
Oh, I did not even see that one. Wow, I even looked at that twice, I feel like. I also probably just need to be drinking more water, too, because my lips have gotten to the point where they're so dry that they've actually cracked in one spot, and it's driving me up the wall, because it cracked, like, at the seam of my mouth, whatever the hell you want to call it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
So it's just like, if I open my mouth too wide, it's just
upper
like...
lip and the lower lip meet.
Yeah, so it's just like, if I open my mouth too wide, it's just like, are you prepared to suffer? Good! Oh, do you have throwing knives?
Yep.
Yeah. But yeah. That just occurred to me. When was the last time I talked about... Sorry, the drunk mining, rereading that made me think of... Have I recently talked about my favorite video game to play, or my favorite, specifically I think it was probably my favorite MMO to play for a long time, but it was my favorite MMO to play drunk.
No.
It was WildStar, because there was a lot of shit going on in that game, and playing it drunk was very easy to go like, I am distracted by all of the pretty colors. Because that was the game where the idea was you can dodge any attack. Like, there will be some attacks that are very difficult to dodge, but every major... Well, I think there were, like, basic attacks that did a small amount of damage that, like, a tank couldn't dodge. But most boss or even trash attacks threw down this sort of, like, visibility thing, and as it charged... the thing would become more stable, so you could tell. Crap! Crap, I think you've got two hives buzzing you.
So the second one?
Yep. Got her.
Okay.
Give me my shovel back.
That was a lot of health.
It's also the game that gave me my weird obsession with the idea of a magic gunslinger, just because one of their classes was called Spellslinger, whose entire thing was just dual-wielding dumb magic pistols or revolvers. Or dumb revolvers that they then used magic with.
Magic bullets.
Yeah. But playing that class as a healer was awesome, because to offset the fact that everything was dodgeable, you generally took a whole lot of damage. Crap! I'm trying to melee a leech, and this is clearly a bad idea. Also, there's a meathead on the thing. Ah! Never mind, he's chasing me! I turned around and he was just immediately behind me. Oh god, he's still chasing me!
Alright, I have fire.
He's still chasing me! What the fuck?
More fire.
But like I was saying, to offset that, if you did get hit, you took a whole lot of damage. So, DPSing was a little bit perplexing, or not perplexing, a bit difficult in that game, just because almost every class's DPS was based on setting up some kind of combo, but they also had, I think it's Guild Wars who does this, where it's like, you can have all of the spells for your class, but you can't have them all equipped at once.
Angry at that thing.
Yes, he is. But they did something like that. Where or I think it was, you had, like, X amount of skill points, so you could have X number of abilities on your hotbar, and then you would have more skill points than actual abilities, so you could level them up, but you had to sort of figure out which ones you wanted to level up. And that meant that there were different ways that each class did DPS, but it also still meant that, like, every class had, like, a couple of very specific ways, where it was, like, the Spellslinger had one that was, like, really focused on, I think it was you needed to alternate elemental damages. I haven't actually shot a gun yet.
No, that's not true, you did.
Oh, right, I shot one martini shot. Oh, nope, I apparently already picked up the bullet for it. Did I reload? Yes, I did. Okay.
Army heads.
Fucking out loud. But healing in it was super fun. And there were 2 healing classes? There might have been a third. But the 2 that I remember for sure were the Esper, which was like a psychic person, which was the only class that got targeted heals. So it's like you could go, I healed that guy. And then the Spellslinger had a bunch of aimed heals. Or you could do the one I did.
Move this resupply real quick.
Okay.
So I need help.
The one I did, which was...
Oh, never mind, just help you.
which was the AoE heal. Where... Oh my god, there's another meathead around this corner. Where the idea was that you had a heal over time spell that you dropped onto all of your team in a big, like, AoE circle around you. And then, while they had it on them, you could also drop a, like, a healing aura that's stuck around in a specific place. So you're like, okay, stay inside this bubble, so that, 1, we all know that you're within range of my heals, and so that you're all getting, like, passively healed. And then, like, it didn't do anything targeted. It was just always, like, throwing these big circular heals, and then occasionally, if, like, the tank was taking too much damage, I could, like, about face and fire a big healing blast directly at them. But if like, an ally got in the way, they'd get it instead. And I mostly did it because that build let me take another ability whose name I don't remember, because it was something dumb. Oh, good. They were dying with some lag. That was strange. That I can still remember the icon, because the icon was like fire and ice, but the actual attack was one of the only attacks that could both do damage and heal. And it was just like whichever one got there first. If an enemy got in the way first, or actually no, I think it did both of them. Oop, Butcher's in here.
Yep.
Yep, found a lair. Right, what are my things? Kill 10 hellhounds, and kill 30 armored with attacks to the legs. That's not happening.
It seems a little bit much.
I mean, that's my weekly, but yeah.
I'm putting a trap down up here.
Okay, I'm inside the Butcher's thing looking for... Hello, Butcher. Hello, I see you. This gun reloads so slowly. Never mind, he seems to be stuck. Oop. Well, now he's free.
I'm on fire. I'm on fire.
He's on fire! Shit. Eh? Damn it.
Damn it.
Nah. Well, here, I distracted him. Well, I distracted him for a second. Oh, the other thing that I keep forgetting is, hey, anyone who is even remotely intrigued by all the Elite Dangerous happening on the channel. One, it is a very fun game, so hey. Two, it's on sale for, like, stupid cheap right now. It's $7.50. Specifically on Steam. And the Horizon expansion for it, which adds basically all of the planetary stuff, is also $7.50.
I saw that, and I was probably planning on picking up the Horizon thing.
Yeah.
Is it actually a expansion, or is it
So,
because it calls it a season pass?
it calls it a season pass, which is what it originally was. As the game came out in 2014, 2015, and then Horizons was their monetization for like 2016, and ended up also just kind of being their monetization since then, besides like weapon or ship skins and such. So it is a season pass. The problem is just that you're getting it after the fact, so like there's not going to be anything new coming with it.
Okay.
It's just that they put out all the stuff that came with it since then. So it's like it's the engineers. It's a whole bunch of late game stuff. Because like it adds engineers who are a way to customize different aspects of your ships. Because all of the engineers have bases on planets.
Thanks.
I
have no game audio.
Oh, that's weird. I'll say Stark. What else does it add? I guess it also adds the Hollow Me customizations. I guess those weren't in before. Which makes sense since I don't remember having a Hollow Me. The butcher did get butchered. Now I just need... Oh, hey, there's a cash register in here.
Yeah, I saw that. But I forgot what it was.
Well, now I've pinged it. I'm gonna start the banish if that's okay.
Good.
Yeah, I guess I forgot that, that Hollow Me's weren't in before, but yeah.
Yeah, because currently, like, my character is just a generic-looking version of a Daft Punk member.
Yeah, because that's the default
which
one.
I'm fine with.
Yeah.
Daft Punk is fucking great. Also, since Stark's there, Stark, anytime you want to play Monster Hunter, let me know, because I have a lot of free time.
I should do more of that, but there's too many things. There's too many things.
So whenever you're free, let me know if you ever want to play.
Tall Hobbit only knows that Hollow Me's are included because they don't have it. Ah, that tracks.
Yeah, that's kind of why I was wondering about the customization of your avatar.
I mean, so here's the thing. You can customize it, but you can mostly just customize, like, the way they look. Because any amount of clothing are, besides just, like, a couple of basic suit colors, are paid things. But considering that you can barely ever see any part of your pilot except for the face, I don't feel like it's that pressing.
Yeah, except when you are flying directly in front of your teammate.
Yes.
Looking in through his window.
Or I guess if you were to multi-crew someone's ship and then, like, look around the inside of their ship with, like, the free cams, then maybe.
I will say this. They did a really good job of controls with a controller.
They did, yeah. Part of that is because they spent a lot of time to make it work so that they could release it on Xbox One and PS4.
But, like, I like the fact that if you hold down a button, it adds, like, oh, you're holding down on that button, so now if you do this, this, or this, it changed up the use of all these other buttons.
Yeah, doesn't it also have a thing for letting you see what you've changed the buttons to be?
Yes.
Yeah. There's like an overlay that... Now that I've been consuming a bunch of Elite Dangerous content, there's a couple of YouTubers that I was watching who specifically play on controller, and, like, they didn't mention it, so I'm guessing, like, okay, that's gotta be just something built into the game then, I guess. But some of us trying to build a very vague character personas off their commanders. So here's the thing. I super get that, except that it still doesn't help that all of the... There's only two kinds of things that your commander can wear, which is, like, the fixed outfit or the fixed suit, and they just have different colors for either. So it's just like, eh? Like, if I'm gonna spend... I'm probably not gonna buy arcs, but if I were to buy arcs...
So question for you.
Mm-hmm.
Are we going for Spider?
I think we should.
Anybody else?
Yeah, I think we should try and go for Spider. Yeah. But if I were to buy arcs, which I'm not going to buy arcs, but if I were, I would probably only spend them on either ship paint or those really stupid ship kits, because they're stupid and I love them. I'm going to do a quick check just to see. Yeah, I got no one. I guess let's go for Spider.
Okay, so southwest.
Isn't it? Oh yeah, I guess southwest. Yeah. You do right. Okay, those are the other things. So, yeah. So the cosmetics in the game are, you can completely customize your player character face however you want without spending any money. Or, like, technically you can earn about 400 arcs a week, and the problem being that, like, buying a set of 6 outfits, because you can't just buy one outfit, is, like, 6,000 arcs. Ah, crap. So, your cosmetic options there are... crap. A suit or an outfit, which is just like, there is suit and there is the one outfit. And if you buy either one of those, then it's just that they've got like 36 color options that you have to buy individually, because, god damn it, Frontier, what the hell. But then if you look at ship customization, that's where it comes in. There's another lunchbox.
1 second, I really like.
Because, yeah, in ship customization, like, every ship has a whole bunch of color options. Some of them are especially ludicrous, like Vipers have a whole bunch of flag, like different country flag paints. Then there's different thruster colors, which all look utterly silly, and I love them. There's different weapons colors, which also all look utterly silly, and I love them. Then ships can have ship kits, which are just like... Some of them are, let's put a spoiler on our ship, and some of them are, I want to roleplay as a Reaver. Because I think every ship has a pack of just like, let's just put spikes on fucking everything.
That sounds good.
Yeah, exactly.
What I'm gonna do with my truck. My real life truck when I get a new truck. I'm gonna Mad Max the fuck out.
I just feel like if you're gonna Mad Max a ship in Elite, it either has to be the... Oh, yeah, I guess it would make sense for the Gudamaya ships, and probably the Saud Kruger ones to not have spike options.
And so, the nose being kept, pretty much assume that we are the only people on this server.
Yes, that is why we're being loud now, because we had the full wait time, and we haven't heard anything at all, so... You moved your shop, and you got the tailor shop coming soon? Sweet, Apple! I have my shop placed, though I can't move it, and I have... but I don't have the tailor shop, and I'm kind of hoping for that soon. But, oh, Zuo, you're gonna hate this. As I've been looking into trying to get my my mining Python set up, apparently the... Wait, Zuo, I thought you had a clipper. When did you get a cutter? You can when resident service gets upgraded? Oh, I thought that it was just like a thing that happened.
And now I have a throwing hammer.
Wait, Zuo, you were a high enough... You're a... What is it, a duke? When the fuck did you become a duke? And honestly, when I was doing my research into what you want to mine with, the cutter it comes highly recommended, actually. In fact, by comparison to both the Anaconda and the Federation Corvette, it is in fact the most recommended large ship, because the other two ships are not considered agile enough to do deep core mining.
I'm gonna run all that stuff in that game.
I mean, anytime you want to, I am more than happy to play with you, because I just enjoy playing. Admittedly, that means I have to get my ship... I need to have a ship set back up to do multi-crew, but that shouldn't actually be an issue. Because once I set my crate back up, it will have... I think it will... Well, it won't really have anything for a gunner to do, but it will have stuff for a fighter pilot to do.
Fireboy nearby.
Okay, I'm going to shoot the hive.
I got her.
Well... Hey, Immolator, come here. Take a nap. Take a nap. Can you shoot this, grunt? Never mind. I mean, Apple, frankly, look, if I'm playing Elite, I'm just saying this right now, if I'm playing Elite, especially if I'm playing Elite on stream, I'm going to be playing it in a ship that I've very specifically set up to have a bunch of dumb multi-crew options, so that if anyone wants to join in, they are more than welcome to. Like, I'm not kidding when I say I have a planned ship whose entire purpose is going to be to hang out in the middle of empty-ass space, so that if anyone wants to go hunt Thargoids, they can without risking their own ship and their own stuff. They can just come down, multi-crew my ship, and... like, get into a fighter and attack Thargoids. And I'll be the one who has to deal with... Oh, crap.
Now I'm fired.
Okay, I did not shoot him. I shot her, but okay.
Alright.
Okay, will do. Because, turns out, so, weird thing in Elite is that, for anyone who hasn't seen, the way that multi-crewing works is that your ship can have, depending on the ship, up to 2 spare seats, basically. And your ship can then run either a fighter bay to make use of them, and if you've got a... beat that poor thing to death with a shovel spear. And if you're running a fighter bay, then both players can actually, if you've got the right fighter bay, both players can deploy fighters and can fly around in them. If you have the wrong fighter bay, only one person can, and instead then you get the option of the other person who joins you will be able to, say, operate your turreted weapons with a unique viewpoint, or apparently they can do something with limpets, and I don't exactly know what they do. I think they also get weird extra control with, like, torpedoes, possibly, but torpedoes are generally awful, so not really an option. Oh, there it is. Damn it. Because, God, I wish torpedoes were better, but I think the max you can carry is, like, 4 of them, and they don't do great damage. And, oh, God, there's 2 meatheads! They don't do great damage. Ah, crap. Help, help.
Don't go near that fire.
Yeah. What the fuck do you mean high ping issue? Oh, no.
Oh, I just looked over your screen and you have 800 ping.
Yeah, just for a second, and then it went away. But yeah, like, honestly, I just supremely enjoy playing Elite with other people, because Probably one of the most fun streams that I've done in a very long time was that thing where Zuo and I were just, hey, let's go just bounty hunt in the middle of a Hazres zone and try and remember how to do combat in this game. Like, that was probably one of the most fun streams we've done in a long time. And it's a little sad that, like, we can't quite do that anymore, because turns out that the setup we ran was very dangerous. Because, I was running an extremely inexpensive ship that wasn't terribly good. And Zuo was running a very expensive ship that was actually pretty solid. There we go. So...
ammo over here.
Okay. And turned out that...
And another lunchbox.
Once I could run a ship that had an actual fighter, having an actual fighter instead of an eagle pretending to be a fighter, and then also a crate helping, was just... It's just so much better. But why would you make that clipper more dangerous if you can go get a cutter and make that more dangerous? Because let's be honest here, like, if you're gonna go bounty hunting, I feel like doing it in the cutter would just be... Because it wouldn't be the Maple Mayhem? I mean, that's fair. That's a fair read. Right, because your paint scheme probably wouldn't transfer from the Maple Mayhem over to the new ship, would it? Wow. It would be the Manitoba Miner or something? Do they all have to start with M? Is that just a rule?
Should be a name convention.
Okay. Cutter for mining, clipper for shooting mans. Okay, sure. That is also an option. That is one way you could certainly run it. Damn it. Okay, got the hive. Your explorer is the Kodiak canvas. I mean, that's also pretty good, too.
Did you shoot this horse?
What? Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why I didn't shout.
So I thought... Because I didn't hear the horse ever go off.
It didn't. I saw it from across the river.
Okay.
God damn it. How did I miss that first shot? I'm trying to remember, Zoe, your explorer is an ASP explorer, right?
Right in the head.
Yeah. I kind of hate that in the same way that, like, you know when you've been playing enough Borderlands, you can look at a game and or look at a gun and go like, ah, yes, I just look at it and even without having to read, and you're like, I know exactly who made this gun. Like, I'm at that point now with a lot of ships in Elite, where it's like, I don't even need to look at its info page. I just look at it and go like, yep, that's a Lakon ship, or that's a insert. Usually Falcon Delancey, but whatever. They cheat and either make everything or bought out the people who did make stuff. It's a Diamondback? Okay. Another lunchbox. Ooh, heals. I don't remember if you needed heals or if that was just me. Again with the high ping. What the fuck? I think it's... Oh. I might need to restart my modem because my bitrate just dropped down to 700. What the fuck? Okay. So whatever it is actually just my modem doing something evil. So... We need to finish this match so that I can restart, because something is very wrong with what Twitch is getting. But I can't... Ooh, okay, that's extra weird.
What did he do to deserve the ears?
Nothing. He doesn't actually care. Oh. Are you doing something on your computer right now?
Playing Stardew and watching...
Are you playing Stardew with, like, Miriam and...
Nope.
Okay. God, that's weird.
Watching Hulu, playing Stardew.
Okay. The internet's gonna go down. Not immediately, but soon.
Okay.
Yeah, because now it's fine.
You want to kill this spider, or...
Yeah. No, yeah, I still want to finish. It's just...
Okay.
There's no reason not to get the free cash. Where the hell? Oh, okay, I just burned out my dark vision. Okay. But yeah, it's just like, I can look at... Frankly, a lot of them are just like, ah, yes, where is the cockpit placed? Is it up front and very obvious and looks like it's in the worst place possible? And that it's going to break whenever it gets into a firefight because it will be the first thing hit by accident? Then it was made by Lakon. It's always made by Lakon. God! You know there's still a hole in the fence, right?
Yes, but that gives us time.
Incoming.
Yep.
Well, that was fucking out loud!
Alright then.
Okay, I have no health. And now I need to sneeze, too. Huh. I need to sneeze and I can't. Yep. I don't think that hit anyone.
Nope. I was kind of hoping that they would walk into it.
Occasionally I just take a headshot and then just wait to see what happens.
What help if I reload.
Just shot at one of them and it took like a good 5 seconds for them to respond to their head no longer existing. What the... Okay, that horse is immortal. I hate that you pull the hammer back on the fucking martini before you actually reload it.
I hear angry dogs. Okay, they're over there.
Okay. Oh, there.
Oh, they're coming.
Okay, good chance I'll die. There's still at least one more.
Yep.
Wow, it almost looked like it was planned with our, like, coordinated shots. Almost, not quite. We definitely fucked it up a couple times.
There is no planning.
Yeah, no. I also think I hear more doggos.
I just hear the spider.
Oh, never mind, it was an armored. That was maybe a bit more extreme than it needed to be, but he deserved it.
Oh, right here.
Oh, fuck yes. Okay. I have not managed to get any sticky bombs. Come back here. I wanted to shoot you.
Fire and not happy about it.
that's fine, but I want him to come back down here so I can shoot him. Come here, El Speedro Gigante. Where are you big creepy fucker?
Fire again.
Oop, shit. Pardon me, gotta run through some fire. That was fun. No, it wasn't. Yup. He's very angry. He just poisoned me. Again. I've spent this entire goddamn match either on fire, poisoned, or bleeding. Mercifully, never any two at once. Spider. God, your gun does so much more damage to him than mine does.
I do have a Spectre.
Did you close the door, or did...
I did not touch anything
Okay.
that I know of. I might have accidentally, because I got poisoned in my gut reaction. I'm on fire.
Ah, makes sense. Spider, come back! Well, at least we load this gun pretty quickly.
Spider, I hate you.
Come on back down, you horrible little fucker. Yeah, he's definitely upstairs. Come on. This is very silly with no other players. Ah, crap. Just walked right past me. That was weird.
You want one more hit? Go away, Spider.
Okay, I'm gonna start vanishing.
Stupid, of course I have it reload.
Yeah. Ah, that does not provide a lot of light. Oh, hello, ping. What the fuck?
Thing's angry again.
Yup. And I'm also dropping all my frames.
Ammo here. Ammo
Ooh.
here.
Okay, I really hope that fire doesn't kill me. Since I can't... Oh, that's weird. I threw this. Well. So, I currently have a ping of 6,000. So I'm just gonna sit here and wait for it to go down, because it's not going down. In fact, it's going up.
Alright. Your guy's moving again.
Yeah, that was me that time. Oop. Oh, hey, it looks like we're back to normal. Ay, ay, ay. Ooh, good, but Twitch doesn't have... Twitch is not getting bitrate. No, actually... Oh my god! OBS is really not able to compensate for this. Basically, what's happening is... After my ping recovers, OBS goes, okay, to make up for the fact that we were just running at 0 KBS, I'll ramp up to 20,000.
That seems not right.
Yeah, no, it's not. It's definitely not.
Alright, so we just gotta go south.
Yeah,
Southwest.
south. Yeah.
I just saw my guy teleport.
Yeah, I'm sure it's a whole thing. Just like as soon as this game is over, I will restart the modem, so the stream will go down for probably like 6 minutes, let's say. That seems like a generous estimate, but we'll see. But I'm not missing out on the absurd amounts of cash and experience that we'll get for this, so...
Yep.
I just noticed that it hasn't been counting those Hellhound kills in-game. So I'm hoping it'll count them after we leave, but my thing is currently set as 0 of 10 Hellhound kills.
Yeah, my thing's currently set 0 out of 25. Water Devil and Grunt kills. Albeit both
Okay.
are by shooting. So I think you killed Water Devil.
I think I did? And I've definitely killed a bunch of grunts by shooting. Alright, that's southeast. We need to go south, and a little southwest.
So maybe the game is having issues.
No, well, okay,
But
I'm definitely having issues too, because oh crap,
Yeah.
more doggos. Because this happened yesterday too. Why did that one not die? That was a headshot with a martini. What the fuck is going on here? Okay, but now I just got a thing for daily challenge completed, so...
Alright.
Everything's borked! Literally everything is borked. Like, this wouldn't even be so bad if it weren't for the fact that it's just... My internet is just going down... Is basically going down every, like... We've been going for an hour, so basically every, like, 10 minutes, I have a period where I just have no internet, effectively. I think I hear a hive.
So, I got the lungs. So it doesn't really matter.
Yeah. It's not like anyone's actually chasing us.
Definitely nobody.
Yeah. Feels mean to, like, abuse this, but at the same time, fuck it. It's been a while since we had this happen. Damn it.
Got it.
Good cat.
Just on the other side of this bridge. This terrible, terrible bridge.
This bridge literally crawling with zombies. Damn it, I was gonna shoot that one.
I'm gonna shoot some too.
You get credit for my shots?
Yeah, I gotta work on my pixel accuracy.
Yeah, I need to work on my Martini Henry accuracy. Also, get kills with it so that I can get the Deadeye.
True.
Wow, that was very silly. I swear to God, if my internet has now decided to stabilize, I'm gonna be a little annoyed. Hang on. I'm gonna say this right now. The OBS connection is going to go weird for a second here. Like, without a doubt, it's gonna go weird.
Most likely.
Well, I'm not even resetting it, I'm just doing a speed test, because there's this really funny thing that happens with Xfinity where if you do a speed test, and you provably are not getting the numbers you should be getting, then suddenly after you do a speed test, usually your numbers are better. It's really weird.
Are you doing the speed test through
Yes, I'm specifically when you do theirs.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just like, wonder why it's suddenly better.
Man, I can't wait till my back is 100% again. Ugh. It's probably at about 80% right now with tension.
Oh, right, I forgot about that. It's impressive. I signed in and suddenly my upload speed went up by 6 megs, according to them. Okay, let's see if it holds steady then.
That's an interesting first name. I never looked at my guy's first name.
What is it?
Duarcan. D-U-A-R-C-A-N.
Yeah, that is an interesting first name. Ah, yes, that random $50.
I currently want to make a joke about being a hunter in World of Warcraft. And I feel like they hired the person that came up with the first names and stuff like that as a hunter that just rolls their hand over the keyboard.
Okay, we may have earned a stupid amount of experience. I'm at level 36 now. Well, sorry, this hunter is at level 36 now.
Nice.
This hunter running with absolute, like, no real weapons, but whatever. Challenges, yes. Give me my tier 3 shotgun. I'm pretty sure there's only one tier 3 shotgun. Yes, the Crown and King.
This hunter is 27.
Wow, okay. I need so much more work, apparently, to get the Deadeye. Because that... I tried to get a lot of kills in there with the Martini Henry.
Yeah.
And I filled maybe 10% of the bar.
Really?
Yeah.
The
I
way
think
that it's supposed to work is like how much XP you extract with. I'm pretty sure.
I don't think so. I think it's for weapons how much you got with the weapon. Because that would track if maybe it counted if it was like all the grunt kills that I got were with the Martini Henry. I don't know, though. This experience system was never terribly well explained.
Yeah. Alright, so what did I unlock? The Nagant Officer Brawler.
Bomb Lance? Bomb Lance? Bomb Lance.
Boba Fett. No, Bob Lance.
Yeah. Springfield Compact Deadeye. That is the worst combination of things I've ever read. Okay, I'm gonna try and actually use a Winfield Marksman. So, wish me luck.
Could you consider what Han was using in that scene fighting on the skiff while he was blind. A bomb lance, like a futuristic version of a bomb lance, because it was like a laser.
I would need to go look at it because I don't remember. Oh, Tall Hobbit, have you not heard the beautiful story that is the bomb lance? Because I love explaining the bomb lance. It's powerfully stupid.
He does love explaining the bomb lance.
It is the dumbest weapon in this game, and also one of my favorites. Actually, no, probably my favorite. Like, 100%. But I also don't want to necessarily explain the bomb lance if you know what it is, because I imagine at a certain point it just starts to get silly to hear it described over and over again.
Bullet thrower, fanning.
Thank you all for reminding me in the Discord to not mind drunk. That reminds me, I've been watching, now that someone, I don't know who, informed me that Futurama's on Hulu, I have been rewatching all of Futurama, and was specifically, not on purpose, watching the episode that involves attempting to mine ice from Halley's Comet while mining drunk. And just the one line of, like, mining, a notoriously safe profession, and you'll be doing it on an asteroid going several million miles an hour. It's fine. Okay, I dropped a couple more frames at some point. When did I drop frames? Oop, nope, it's doing it right now. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna restart the modem, so this might take a minute. Sorry, y'all.
Alright, while you do that, then I'm gonna go AFK and use the bathroom then.
Okay. Chat, I will throw stuff in chat when the modem, when I am actually back, just in case it doesn't come back online for all of you. So, yeah. Yeah, be right back.
Alright.
In theory, everything is working properly now. We'll see if that is a nebulous theory or a real theory. Invite known son.
Hey, invite.
But yes, exactly. The bomb lance is based on a whaling harpoon that a mad bastard came up with. I do know what they say about theories in practice, which is why I'm currently staring at my bitrate and saw it briefly go very low for a second. Reminds me, it is using NVAC. Why the fuck is it using NVAC? It's supposed to be using CPU. Weird.
Also, warm that in cap chat. This is a battle royale. It is a 12-person per map battle royale. So in theory, there are 10 other people on the map with me.
But again, in theory, which is how we just got away with that game where no one was there. Also, welcome Warm Pleatherdad and Manfred. Sorry that y'all arrived during the resolution of the technical issues. We'll see. I'm watching the bit right now because I don't fucking trust it.
Challenge. Yep, challenge complete. Ooh. That's actually one time explosive tier 3, one time explosive tier 2, one time explosive tier 2. Why didn't they just put 2 times explosive tier 2 and save a line?
I don't think they actually do 2 times anything. Also, Tall Hobbit, thank you so very much for those 100 bits. And yes, Lording Death, here is your pet-friendly car.
That's like a Hellfire bomb. Alright, not gonna tell me what else I got, but okay.
Oh, Manfred, the stream was actually just, like, offline for probably about 5 minutes before you got here then, because I'm running into the fun thing of American ISPs being super-duper fun.
So,
Also,
rid of this flash bomb.
one thing that I love is that now I've been paying attention to Like, since I switched over to, I'm currently I'm renting a modem from Xfinity, and I love and hate the fact that I can point, because I've been tracking my data usage, I can point at the day where it's like, that's where I switched to renting their modem, and suddenly, my data usage literally halved, despite the fact that I'm actually streaming more. Just like, and that's only important because in my part of the country, and most of the country, except for Odinson somehow, you bastard, they have data caps. So, on top of the fact that I was having to spend an extra $50 a month, and still am, because while my data usage is halved, I'm still about 100 gigs over what their base data cap is.
Yeah, most of the country has, I think, a terabyte.
Yes, they have a terabyte data cap. And what that actually means is that
all of most of New England and New York does not have it.
Yeah, so in the States, ours doesn't slow down. They just charge you, I don't remember the... It is an absurd amount extra, though, because it's like... I think it's $10 for 50 gigs, but they'll keep charging that until you hit $400 extra on a monthly bill. Or you can give them $50 and have effectively unlimited data. Yep, come on, chatbot, get back up. Yeah, exactly. So that's why I've been always paying them the extra $50, but also just the annoyance of you were literally somehow running extra data through the modem that I was not renting from you. I don't know how, I don't want to know how, I'm just annoyed, or you're making the numbers up, which
also possible.
has in fact been proven that Xfinity's done that a couple of times. It's just like, so you're making the numbers up and also making them up in a different way when I'm renting a modem from you. Great. But yeah, today and yesterday, I was having an issue where... It wasn't as much of an issue yesterday because it was just like random frame drops, but it would be like a sudden thing of like, we're dropping frames for like probably 30 seconds. The problem was, then it also started happening in-game, and I was having a ping of, like, 6K. Just going,
Casual 6K.
It's just like, I can't move or see or do anything. There was one case where I was pretty sure I doomed myself because I threw a fire lamp, and I'm just like, okay, if this goes off, I'm going to die. And mercifully, the game went, we're not quite that mean. So instead of throwing it, it made me just drop it at my feet. So it didn't go off, it just, like, got set down.
I'm honestly amazed that you have the issue that I used to have, where you completely got disconnected and then you are just a body laying on the ground.
I think that's a different issue. Because that seemed to be an issue of you just not being connected to the server anymore. Mine was just a... Okay, so we can tell you're still there, but the connection's a bit rough there. I don't know why that was slowly slipping into Minnesotan. I feel like it should have been full Minnesotan, but whatever. It's just been a while since I listened to any of my Minnesotan family. God, that just reminded me. I haven't had a chance to talk about the extremely weird conversation I recently had with one of my... Look, I have one uncle who can be very generously described as conservative. Oop, players. They saw you.
Okay, I got zombies.
Okay, they're out in those trees. Who did... I don't think my mom ever explained to any of her brothers what it is that I do. So I think most of them think that I'm still a cook. That's clear. Damn it. So I got a birthday message from one of them, who was, who I didn't respond to for a while because he sent it a day early, and it was just like, I was really busy the day before my birthday with streaming. See, you say fight now and talk later. I actually tend to do better in fights if I'm talking, because it keeps me...
Relaxed.
I was gonna say focused, but yeah. They ran. And I replied, like, on my actual birthday going, sorry, I didn't respond. I've been keeping myself busy to be distracted from gesture wildly at the state of the world. And he went, I guess that would kind of make sense, that everyone still needs food. I'm like, oh, no, I don't do that anymore. And ended up having to explain, in very loose terms, what the hell streaming was. And then got a very perplexing email from him, basically, that I could not understand, because it was like a forward of a reply all. With, like, nothing cut out and no explanation of what the hell he was sending me.
Yeah, I'm putting myself in harm's way.
Okay. That never happens. And for the beginning, I thought he was asking me to do, like, Sunday school ads. Like an ad not even like ads for his Sunday school, but that was a reflection.
Well, west is the next token.
Okay. Well, there's gunfire to the east. But just like a 3 to 5 minute, like, Sunday school lesson, basically. I was like, what? What part of any of this makes you think that that would be the case? And because, again, he didn't actually say what the hell he was asking. It was like it was just like this. I don't know. No. Just like, I'm not comfortable with that professionally or religiously, because that's not my jam at all. And then him finally explaining, like, no. I want you to explain streaming to me better so that I can do that myself. I'm like, oh. Okay, that's still a bit weird, but frankly, I like it better than you trying to teach. Like, he's you trying to do any sort of Sunday school stuff in person right now, so sure. It's just like, God, you explained nothing well. But part of it's also that he's finally retiring, so... Okay, this one's been picked up.
Probably those other guys.
Yeah. It's like, what...
Means my battery is where we gotta go.
Yep. So what he was actually trying to do was basically that seems like a way to do the this thing that we normally have been doing, but do it without potentially infecting people with COVID. So can you teach me how to do that? He just didn't explain it at all. It's like, why? So mercifully, no parts of my family are terribly evangelical. I've got some loons on my father's side of the family, but they're more the gun-loving kind of loon. Look, yep. My mom's side of the family are all Lutherans, because I wasn't kidding about Minnesotans. They're all very quiet, not evangelizing in any possible way Lutherans. Or they quietly abandoned their faith when they left their mom's house. And it's just like, it's just a thing that that part of my family doesn't talk about terribly often, quite frankly. Maybe they went after the spider? Or no, the butcher? Eh?
Maybe, like, if you were shooting at them and they ran away from you, then this probably would have been where they would have ended up.
Yeah, but we haven't heard any shots coming from here, so...
Yeah, so like, I'm thinking that they are lying in wait.
I'm sneaking up. Oh, yep, I hear the token. I hear the token, but I can't tell if I hear it because it's close or because it's gone red.
Does it sound angry?
That's the thing is, I'm not remembering the difference right now between angry sounding and calm sounding. We don't see...
Angry sounds... is very audible.
Ooh, yep, it's angry. It's angry, but I'm not seeing them anywhere, but they're definitely around. Terror family is weird. Non-church-going conservative evangelicals. Non-church-going but evangelical sounds deeply perplexing to... It sounds like an oxymoron to me, but okay.
I'm changing positions.
Like, it's definitely one of those cases where I am in no way religious, but I don't really have a problem with other people doing it. I disagree with many of their points, but just for the sake of having something to believe in, I have no... Like, it's comforting. I super get that.
Believe what you want to believe, just don't be a complete asshole about it.
Yeah. Like...
Respect other people's beliefs.
Yeah.
As long as they don't hurt another person.
Yeah, and that's always the thing, is that, like... I would charitably describe myself as friends with a couple of religious folks, but most of them are of the variety where they're very willing to go like, yeah, those are aspects of our faith that I don't fall into. I'm like, okay, great. And then there's ones who are like very good about never talking about certain things that always make me a little concerned. Okay, someone's nearby and just used the text chat. Did you see that too?
Yep.
Okay, that's weird. I'm covering it just in case. Sorry, chat, you can't see it. Well, most of it. Also, gotta say that I know you definitely can't see their name, because that's most of what I was worried about covering. Their name is actually pretty good. Because their name is Raging Thighs. Yep, they saw me. They shot an explosive barrel as I jumped over a wall. 20, oh, that won't tell me because they shot the barrel. Okay. Hang on a second. That went off immediately.
There might have been a trip mine.
Oh, might have been a trip mine, yeah. Like, the barrel is what killed me, but yeah. But now, just gotta wait and see if Odin can pick me back up. But yeah, I guess that might have been a trip mine. That would be smart. Just wanted to see if I could... Yeah, they're not, like, getting nearer me, or they're not on my body or anything. I wonder if you were far enough away, they might think that I was alone? Like, if the thing stopped glowing now, but hard to tell. But I was killed by the one who we did not see using the text chat. Oh, goodness. Oh, I'm just gonna crack my everything now. And get really tempted to load up, I don't know, like, something while I'm dead. Just to have a different game going at the same time. Like something that I could play picture-in-picture without it being an issue. I don't even know if this computer has Minesweeper. Because I don't think it comes pre-installed anymore. Yeah, no. Here's a browser version. I mean, frankly, my plan was more of, hang on. Where are you gonna open? Ooh, hey, you're gonna open. No.
Keep on hearing something opening and closing.
Huh, that is weird. That's dumb. Here. Window capture. Yeah, that'll work. Throw it there. Okay. And watch as it does horrible, horrible things. Right, except that I can't have it over there. Oops. Aha, it's like I have a plan or something.
No plans.
No plans. I actually do not have a plan here. Mostly because now, the way that I have this set up, I can't see chat. Also, I should probably turn this down, because I think it might be a bit loud. Hello, Sandy. But yeah, I definitely can't see chat, which is assuredly the primary flaw with this plan. Hey chat, do you want to get open on my phone somewhere? Just have to find Twitch on my phone again. And then go to my own... Yes, aha! Well, too bad, you don't get to be invisible. Because now I can see you, you assholes. Yeah, right. I have not played at all today. Oh, right, I forgot I set up the campsite. Oh, it's raining? Fuck, I didn't realize it was raining. Rip your stealth checks? Yup. Fuck you and your stealth checks. Oh, right, Happy Home Academy comes today. How the fuck did I score over 10,000 points? My home is just arbitrary crap right now. Oh, I need to plant these apples. Oh, good. A pennant. Which I'm totally not reading as penitent. Ooh, hello there. Are there any unique fish in the rain right now? I think there might be bugs that are unique to the rain. What would be so fucked up if you actually are able to revive me?
Hmm.
Yeah. It's not well-designed arbitrary. Actually, it's probably because it's very thematic. Because it's a bunch of woodblock stuff. Oops. Nope, I was wrong. Sky, I love that you're exercising in the rain. I don't understand it, but I love it. Like to remain unfucked? I should not have filled in that hole. Oh. I don't know how to respond to the statement of I wish to remain unfucked. I'm sorry. I just don't know how I'm supposed to respond to that. Also, chat, I'm trusting all of you to notice if something if like a player runs by the screen that Odinson didn't notice, because clearly I'm not fucking paying attention.
That would make 2 of us.
Yeah. Wait, you should be paying attention. You're not playing Animal Crossing. Yes! 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 Sorry, I get the tailor shop now. Yes! The boogeyman. That's the one who killed me. I mean, look, it's a miracle that I'm also not trying to be playing, like, Elite Dangerous at the same time that I'm doing all of this, too. So, like, I'm not to be trusted at all.
I'm pretty sure they're in that building.
Sounds like a safe bet. Yes, time to set up the tailor. Yes. I'm looking forward to this. Because, well, I have no intention of making QR codes, because I'm not a creative human being. I just want them to exist, and that makes me happy. I'm also waiting to see if anyone is going to tell me if I'm stupid or not, because I feel like... Right, I forgot about this. Because I feel like there are certain... And that's why you always bury 999 bells in a bell tree. 999,000 bells, sorry. Oh. I just gained 300,000 bells. But I'm trying to remember, I feel like there are fish that are unique to rain days. But I don't remember. Okay. What are they saying, or is it just that their, like, audio is just being picked up?
Saying stupid stuff. Like, the person that's on voice chat is not saying anything, but the person in text chat is going, hey, why don't you guys want to be friends?
Oh.
You know, standard troll stuff.
Yeah. It's like, either you're a troll, or you're legitimately playing Sea of Thieves. Hard to tell. I'm so bad at setting up plant crossbreeds in this game. Ooh, here, this actually seems like a solid spot for the tailor shop. Because for some reason I just really enjoy putting all of my shops far away from each other. Did I retweet, or did I only, like... I think I threw it in the general chat of our Discord. There was that really good video that someone did where they went completely nuts, and, like, their whole town is, like, laid out on a grid system and has, like, paved roads, and I'm just like, oh, it's so pretty, I need it. I want it. It's beautiful.
I saw them real quick.
Okay, there. Tailor shop set up. Well, to be set up. Okay, so who's hanging out at the campsite? I don't know why I put the campsite up here, but I did. Oh, hello, tiny hamster man named Graham. Yes, reading people involves telling that they live on this island that you were visiting. Well, thank you. Why are you walking around with a half-glazed donut? Neither... I don't... But maybe I don't want the strange green-eared gerbil. Who speaks in random German. Why wouldn't you walk around with half a glazed donut? Because a full glazed donut is better. I just heard that gunshot and thought it was at Animal Crossing. And got very concerned. Sorry, I just want to get this bridge set up. No, because you have to note that he's not holding half a donut. He's holding a donut that is only half glazed, and that's just dumb. If you had to choose between a non-glazed donut and a half-glazed donut, which would you prefer? Probably the non-glazed donut, honestly. Damn it! What killed you?
Crossbow bolt.
God damn it.
He was where I thought he was.
Well, I finished my donation goal. But yeah, honestly, I tend to like non-glazed donuts. Specifically, I like non-glazed cake donuts. Like, if it's yeasted, I almost always want to have some sort of extra thing on it. God, now I feel so bad about filling in that hole, because I could have grown another money tree. Brain, why? Yup. Except... now... Quit. There we go. Oh, now it's not necessary. You'd think that, Tall Hobbit, but most places glaze their cake donuts. Speaking as someone who used to work at the factory doing QA that makes the cake donut mix that almost every donut shop in the United States and several places in Canada and Mexico use, they expect you to glaze it because they also sell the glaze and make the glaze. Also, hey, Tramer, how you doing, man? Oh, hello, swamp man with a specter. Sure. Oh, you're only $500. Sure. Crazy swamp man with a specter. Okay. Okay, I'm ready. Redeem library card on donuts. Okay. I feel like I've got two possible good stories. Well, I've got one, like, story-ish thing for donuts, and then one that's more of just, like, remembering the time spent working for the company and what makes all of the donuts. Because for anyone who grew up in Burbank, or around Southern California, there's a minorly famous, I'd say very minorly famous, I think they're technically a chain, but it's mostly one specific store in Burbank, Called Dad's Donuts. I think... I feel like they have others, but... Trying to remember if they have others, though. But it's just a relatively nice donut place in Burbank. But Burbank is relatively well known for the fact that they do... or that it's where all of the studios are. So this is one of those places that just has pictures of pretty much every like usually not studio head, but like every what's it called? Every like star that comes through. And I have two silly stories about this place. One being the fact that apparently being the closest and the closest of two donut places to all of to Disney and Warner Brothers Studios specifically, and the other donut place being kind of shitty and marketed mostly at high school kids, means that their store does great work, but they make a shitload of money on catering. Because I went to high school with the son of the place that worked there. Or that owned that owned the place. And it was just like, yeah, hearing all of the weird stories about like, yeah, our donut shop is great, but frankly, the back half of the building, because it's in like one of those little sort of like shopping strip areas, but the donut shop comes out from the building, and the entire space that theoretically all the other shops have, you can't get into in this donut shop, because that entire area is a massive prep kitchen that they use for their prep in-house, and also all of the catering work that they do for both of the major movie studios in the area, and all of the, like, any time that anyone's doing any kind of shooting. So, it's like, yeah, we make most of our money on catering, to the degree where it's, I've been to the guy's house, and his mom did not work, his dad owned the donut shop, and all of his, like, immediate family and some of his cousins generally worked at the donut shop, and lived in their house with them, because their house was fucking massive and had 2 tennis courts. Just, like, that's always my frame of reference for it. It's like, it had 2 fucking tennis courts. Because this person...
That's a good frame of reference.
...owned a donut shop that just happened to be so perfectly placed to feed... Oh my god, really?
Found the boss.
To feed 2 major movie studios and the minor economy in Burbank of... there's a non-zero amount of houses that make their households that make their money in Burbank by renting out access to their second or third, sometimes, houses as a shooting facility. Shit! Run! 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 Shit! Hunters are here! South side.
Good.
Okay, I've got one hunter distracted with an immolator. But I did throw a sticky bomb at the boss, so he'll be dead pretty fucking quick. Shit, what the hell just exploded? Something just exploded at my feet. Okay, I got one on the southwest side.
One's over here with me.
Okay. Shit, I've lost the one on the southwest.
Got him.
Okay. Oh. See him. What the fuck? Okay, he's still alive. Yeah, thank you. No! Oh! They're gonna have a mostly dead boss. Damn
They
it.
both were geared the exact same way.
I mean, makes sense.
Well,
Fuck.
I think they were. They both. I think they both had bomb lances as well.
Yeah, I was gonna say at least one of them either had a bomb lance or a sticky bomb, and the sticky bomb feels like a waste. So
The one I killed had a bomb lance.
okay. I don't know if this guy had a bomb lance. I just know that one of the bomb lances fired at me, and I didn't realize until the explosion didn't quite kill me. Oof. Although I can very safely say that I now know, without a shadow of doubt, that that donut shop uses donut mixes from the place where I did quality assurance for. Because at this point, I can walk into a lot of donut shops and go, I know exactly what product you bought to make this donut. And in a couple of cases, I can order their jelly-filled donut and go, I can tell you the SKU for which one of the 3 lemon jellies you buy. Which is a little fucked up for me, because I'm just like, yes, you buy the good one. And I think I said that at one of the places that opened near us, and Haley was just like, what are you talking... Haley and the owner were like, what are you talking about? And it's like, I think this was while I still worked there. It was like, I work for the place that makes your donut products, and I went, you buy this lemon jelly, and you make the right choice. Because I don't know the prices on any of them, but I'm like, that's the best tasting one. And I got the weirdest look. And a confirmation, but the weirdest look.
As you do.
So, Lording Death, yes, but as a rule, you get the best quality from this specific company when you don't follow their directions. Because their directions are stupid. Like, their quality assurance testing for their donuts makes no sense. Because a bunch of their quality assurance testing is based on, is a whole bunch of, like, qualitative stuff that doesn't matter for the donut. Because it's stuff of, like, does it puff up to the right height in all of these, with this, like, this absurdly specific amount that doesn't actually equate to any sort of useful information. Like, I mostly worked in the wet lab, which dealt with things that weren't the baked goods, because I was trying to get out of baking. And most of those made sense, but not all of them. But most of them did, where it's like, okay, we need to know information about, like, how viscous this glaze or this jelly or this whatever is. This is also the reason why I don't eat anything from Walmart, because this company makes all of the baked good mixes and the, like, frostings and the garlic spread for Walmart and Sam's Club. And
Peanut butter.
The location I was at does not make peanut butter. I don't know if most of them make peanut butter. Because the problem is that peanuts being their own allergy are a pain, and the plant I worked at very specifically did not do peanuts. I mean, Tremer, you can play Hunt solo. It's not that bad, honestly. Like, I do it occasionally. Plus, there's an entire solo mode.
Yep. There's also teams of 3 and...
Yeah, and Hunt started running teams of 3 just before release, I believe? Or maybe just after. But no, Manfred, I was not wrong. I was very correct. Because it was also one of those, like... It was real bad because it was... I have the sale container of one of... Or the piping bag, basically, for that kind of jelly at my house. It was like, I can even go back and check. Ugh. But ugh. Like, it's also ruined. It's ruined a bunch of the Walmart stuff for me too, because I know very specifically that the product that this company sells to Walmart, and this might give it away, but whatever, is a buttercream. Except that it does not contain butter or cream, so its name is B-U-T dash, or semi? No. What is the? It's not an underscore. What's the one that's like an underscore but not?
Dash.
Is that a dash? Okay, so it's B-U-T dash R, the letter dash C-R-E-M-E cream.
I kind of wish that somebody accidentally like mislabeled it, like when they were making the labels, and just B-U-T-T.
I wish, but
That'd been hilarious.
but they definitely couldn't like control that part. Is it a hyphen?
Hyphen.
Yes, hyphen. Yes, that's the word. Yeah. It's just like, that, look, if you ever want to see something that will make you profoundly question ever eating anything ever again, go look at an industrial system for making buttercream, because it's basically take a cement mixer car and raise it up on in this specific one we were using was from the 1960s, because this plant has not had a retrofit since then. But it was a...
Not to call you my friend. Sorry, my buddy is like, don't call me your friend. We ain't that close. I just wanted to say, I'm one of his groomsmen.
So take like a what's it called? Like a... That was loud. So take a... Why am I carrying a knife? Damn it, brain! Take a cement mixer truck and make it like a straight through tube instead, but then set it so that basically the front half sort of opens and lowers down, and then feed about 50... Well, 50 is probably generous. Probably about 25 30-pound blocks of shortening into it, and that's how you start making industrial-sized buttercream. It's terrifying and also kind of impressive to watch. I've got 2 immolators. I'm gonna die. Okay. Help! I have no health! Thank you.
Punch that one in the chest.
Okay, I need healing. Quite badly. The difference being, Tramer, that, like, you can choose to not get a random person in this game, and if you do so, you actually get a pretty significant, not buff, but XP bonus for your work, or there is a legitimate solo mode. With Apex, it's just sort of like, yeah, you're not actually solo. There's no healing up here, what the fuck?
Yeah, I haven't seen any yet.
With this, in fact, the solo mode in this game is very good because it helps you get free hunters that are particularly powerful. Wow, that was a waste. Why did I pick that up?
I've upset a hive outside this window.
Okay. She's dead. Look, I'm proud of that one, okay? I just, like, opened the window. Hello! Bang!
An angry immolator out there.
Yup, and still no heals. Game, where have you hidden all of the healing? Also... Okay, I was like, where the hell is the token? In the boss? I mean, you're not wrong. Immolator's coming for you. Kind of.
He's gotta get flying.
Okay, I punched him to death.
Shit.
hear a hive. Probably on the other side of this wall. Ah, crap, I don't have conduit.
Also, there is a supply van.
Ooh, I love supply vans. Oh, yeah, right behind. Okay, cool, sweet. Great, and now I'm thinking of Maze again. God damn it.
That was a weird game.
It's a very weird game. Who on Lure played it? Because I know I watched someone on Lure play it.
I know I've seen somebody play it. I don't remember who besides Chewy.
Yeah, because I know I know Chewy played it, but Chewy was also having, like, issues running it for some reason. So I didn't watch a ton of that, but I know that I've watched someone play it to completion.
Alex? Maybe?
Probably? Oh, hey, there's a lunchbox.
I am unfortunately full on lunch.
So Lord Inkdeath, this was before you were, like, watching here. We used to have a voice command of May doing that before one generally trying to cut Overwatch and Blizzard stuff. Sorry? Did I stab you? It looked like I stabbed you. And Blizzard stuff in general out of the channel, which really sucks because I'm really kind of tempted to... The new Hearthstone class looks like my jam, in that it is basically just all the aggro all at once. And that's just how I play card games. Because of the whole Blitzchung thing and their complete not apology about it. And just the fact that it hasn't changed at all.
Yeah, they just kind of try to sweep it under.
Yeah, that they made a statement that was very much a like... Please don't notice the fact that we're not actually saying sorry or undoing any of the shit that we did, or the not improving upon the minor steps back that we took. And it's like,
you're a bee lady.
Nah, she's over there. She didn't actually see me.
Trying to sell you bees.
I don't think she's trying to sell bees. I think she's trying to very aggressively give bees.
Give them away.
Yeah. But it's also sort of a double-edged sword, because one of my best friends works for Blizzard, and yeah, and wanting to support what he does, but he's also trying to leave Blizzard, so that and the whole most profitable year on record. Let's do the capitalistic thing and lay off a massive brick of our employees.
Yeah.
And then 2 months later, put basically every one of their jobs up for...
Spider is definitely here.
Okay. Put pretty much every one of their jobs up for application, and get surprised when no one wants to take them, since you eliminated them once and you're also paying way less. Like, one of the issues... No, it's not we don't need these people, it's the easiest way to because Activision Blizzard has investors and needs to continually show 20... This is a number I'm pulling out of my ass, but needs to continually show that they're reaching a certain amount of profitability over last year. The easiest way to do that is, we'll just fire all of these employees, so, hey, that's expense that we don't have this year. And then, once we start to need them again, we put the jobs up and pay way less for them. And my buddy was particularly annoyed about that because he did design work for the new Warcraft 3 thing, and a bunch of the things that were supposed to be part of Warcraft 3 Reforged or whatever were a bunch of things of like, yeah, we were gonna do this thing. Then the entire team that was supposed to be doing this thing got laid off. Or that team got laid off, and then no team was ever put in charge of doing that thing. Or one particular case that he was really annoyed about personally, because I think at the time he was still partially working in... He did, like, some amount of QA work for the for BattleNet itself. And there was some issue with specifically the Warcraft 3 website. Where it's like, yeah, they fired the entire website development team, which is why a bunch of things aren't reflected properly on the website, because no one worked at Blizzard anymore who was supposed to be working on the Warcraft 3 Reforged website. So, like, nothing ever got updated on it after the layoffs. And that was one job posting I don't think they even ever, like, posted. Or one job I don't think they ever then posted at a lower pay rate.
Yeah, this fog sucks.
I'm gonna go grab the token just so that we have it.
Okay.
But yeah, it's standard scummy business practice. Honestly, the Blitzchung one was a little bit more of what really...
Just be careful, over on that side is where the gunshots were coming from.
Okay. Is more of what got me when it's... This thing under that plate that you can't quite see is a replica of the thing in Blizzard's courtyard. With their, like... their mission statement, or not mission statement, their stuff. I don't remember the name for it. It's, no, not the roadmap. It's their founding principles. One of which is their founding principle of every voice matters. After, you know, actively censoring someone for... Oh, crap, I just saw a player. I mean, I'm shooting them. Crap! How?! A label at point blank killed me without even being a headshot. What the hell is this game suddenly? There's just two of them standing on my corpse. They're trying to set, like, traps. Hey, Takani. I mean, I feel like things are mostly going well right now. But yeah, it's the, like... It's... What is it? Gameplay first, and then right off the side of it is every voice matters. Quick question on webcams for y'all. Never had to buy a standalone one, aside from Logitech. Is there a brand should not go for? Honestly, yeah, there's a reason why almost every streamer uses the same Logitech webcam. It's good and not expensive. I would say... Annoyingly, Razer makes a particularly good streaming webcam with the, like, light ring built in. Sucks that they're a shitty, relatively transphobic company, but yeah. I'd say if you can, the Logitech one is just the best option. That was, I think you killed it? Nope, not quite. God damn it.
Oh, that was perfect.
That was pretty bad, man.
Yeah.
I was kind of tempted to try and defend you there, going like, hey, sometimes the spectate view does the same thing as, like, PUBG spectate view, where it doesn't look quite right. But yeah.
No, that was really bad.
But since it started, everyone sold out of Logitech. Right, because everyone is going to try and do this to... I was going to follow that up with a terrible comment, and I'm trying not to. But yeah. Yeah, that's actually probably an issue, isn't it? Octopath is 50% off at the moment. I will continue to reiterate that, hey, Elite is also really fucking cheap right now. Because seriously, why the fuck is it $750? Why is it $750? Like, that's absurd. I don't understand. This fucking game was like $60 when I bought it. Lots of work at home meetings, etc. now. I wasn't even thinking of that, Takani. I was being shitty, and I was thinking specifically of... And not even that Lord Inkdeath, I was thinking of people doing... I'll do the streamer thing, and immediately make money. Because I'm cynical and an asshole, so I'm just like, yes, I assume that everyone is doing it and hoping they're going to immediately make money. instead of literally the same thing that I'm just like, yes, I love the fact that I can make a bit of money on it, but honestly, I'm doing it because I enjoy it. Zoom is probably super happy right now making bank. Yeah, though wasn't there a thing that came out about depending on how your employer has Zoom set up, that they can use it as effectively spyware? Definitely thought about doing...
I've never heard of Zoom up until this week.
I had not either. Definitely thought about doing music history-based video essays on YouTube. I would be super interested in that, mostly because I have, like, no interaction with music in any possible way. Besides occasionally listening to it, and even then I'm meh. See, Tramer, I get yours, because you have expressed an interest in it for a while. But it's also just, like... Yeah, it's that, like... It's the asshole part of my brain where I'm like, no, I think a lot of people would legitimately enjoy streaming. It's just also the low viewership at the beginning can be heartbreaking. And also, don't expect to make money. Speaking as someone who is trying to make money from it, don't expect to make money.
I'm doing it as a way to deal with my anxiety.
Well, no, Takani, specifically that Zoom can be used as spyware for your employer. And that Zoom assuredly is getting that information, but that your employer has access to large aspects of your computer that they should not have access to if it's a private computer. And that it was one of those, like, I need to go source this, but it was one of those, like, this is not the way it is defaulted to. That it is a way that your employer can set it to be. Should employer spyware train left the boat years ago? I mean, yeah. Just making me sad, because we almost... Depending on how long this crisis continues to go on for, because I know how long it's actually expected to go on for, there's always that small chance that maybe we'll come out of it with at least an American economy, where maybe you don't have to keep working for the awful, horrible company you work for in order to not starve to death. But hey, we'll see.
Only time will tell.
Yeah, only time and an upcoming election will tell. It's just like, god damn, we had a stimulus package that looked so good, and then didn't make it out of the House because, despite the fact that it more accurately represents the American population, it still has to go through the Senate, which is controlled by Mitch fucking McConnell. Ugh. You've seen what both security and IT management tools could do for decades. You can tell what every file accessed by whom and what was done. Yeah. Yeah. I try not to think about exactly that, but yeah. Crap! Wow.
Did you miss?
Yeah, I stabbed past their head. It's that, like, I don't have an actual hitbox thing on the screen, or not a hitbox, reticle. So, with so many melee weapons, I just need to try and remember how to aim with them specifically.
Stay there, doggy.
Don't notice me, don't notice me, don't notice me. I was expecting that to make a noise. I feel like that was supposed to make a noise.
The gate?
Does it say 420 or more? I thought it did say 420 or more. crap. Hang on. Hang on. And yes, the gate. Nope, it just says 420 or. What the fuck? Huh. What the hell is wrong with me? That's the second correction I've had to make to that command. In, like, 2 days.
Token is on top of this building.
Of course it is. Oh, with a hive. Not necessarily, Tramer. Like, if I could somehow make Aleph stop sending gift games, I would. Because So here's the thing. I would probably not ever say no, but it also doesn't guarantee I'll play it. Just because... Yeah. I tried to play a lot of them, and then just occasionally I'd get... there was one game that Aleph sent where it's just like, wow, I don't understand why this has positive reviews, because it was just not a pleasant game to play. I felt bad about that, and so it... Like, I'm not gonna say no, but I also will not guarantee that it will be played on stream. Let's just stick with that. I'm trying to remember the name of that game now, because it was literally just, we remade Fallout 1 and 2, but Russian. Also, it's less easy to start playing, and it's kind of a pain in the ass.
I have no idea what game you're talking about.
I played it once on stream, and it I really wanted to like it, but it was just... No, Fallout 1 and 2, so, like, top-down, not Metro. Adam, yes, Adam, that was it. Because it was one of those, like... Here, do whatever the hell you want, but also, you didn't pick a combat build at the beginning, so you're kind of fucked. Or you didn't I think it was, you didn't pick a melee combat build at the beginning, so everything's gonna be really hard for you until you manage to find bullets. And even then, you better hope that you can manage to not miss all the goddamn time. But yeah, not Metro, because it was isometric, like, grid, no, was it grid-based? Or, yes, it was grid-based, I'm trying to remember if it was hex-based or not. Because it was exactly like Fallout 1, 2, and the other one I forget the name of. That was like 150, 105? Oop, yep, explosion right there.
Yeah, I was like
Was it Brotherhood of Steel Tactics? I think was the other one that was the same style.
The tactical one was just Fallout Tactics.
Well, there was one that was Brotherhood of Steel something, and it was a spin-off that I think is technically non-canon and may have shared canon, or may have shared universal aspects with Van Buren, which is the one that doesn't exist, but was going to be the Fallout 3 by the original devs. That was going to be set in Denver. Oh, that is Tactics? Okay, I thought... Doesn't it include Brotherhood of Steel in the name? I thought it did. Huh.
I don't think it did.
I swear there's a Fallout game that includes Brotherhood of Steel in the name. That isn't, like, a DLC expansion to 3.
See, I thought Brotherhood of Steel was one of the DLCs.
Oh, it's Fallout Tactics Brotherhood of Steel. Okay.
Oh, okay.
There was a Brotherhood of Steel specific DLC for 3, but it was named something else, because it was the one that lets you play after the end of the game. Because Fallout 3 was before they realized, hey, people just want to keep playing our games, so if we make them not able to play it after the end, then they just won't do the end. What was that DLC named? Also, Lunchbox. Biped? It's a co-op adventure puzzle thing. Broken Steel. Yeah, that was it. Thank you, Ordinka.
Oh, I got a stick of dynamite.
Sweet. I didn't actually check and see what I got a flashbang. Which I'm really tempted to use now that we've seen that indeed the flashbang can actually work. But I don't trust me with a flashbang. I also played a lot of Fallout 3, but I didn't have all the DLC. Because I played it on the Xbox 360, and I didn't have a lot of DLC. I know I never played Zeta. And in fact, every time that I'm like, I want a long-form video game, my brain always goes, okay, well, what if we did Fallout 3, or Fallout New Vegas, or Witcher 3? And I inevitably go, those might be a bit too long-form, brain. Because I never did Zeta, I never did the swamp one, whose name is also escaping me. Outlook Point? It's something Point. What were the other ones? I remember New Vegas one's better, because it's like the big MT. Of course, it occurs to me that I might be getting their name. Point Lookout, that's it. Right, the Pit. I did do the Pit DLC for 3.
I never played 3.
Oh, 3 was very good. 3 was very good. I'm just trying to remember what else. Okay, so I think the Pit was the first or the second one. Zeta was the last? Because that was the alien one. The Pit was the thing in Pittsburgh. Crap. Okay, well, I'm still back. Okay, there we go. God damn it, there's still doggos.
They turned on the...
Ooh! Right, Operation Anchorage. That one I did play. That one I did buy, because that one was great. I'm going to set off birds by accident, probably. Or not. Yeah, so it was Operation Anchorage, which was the going into, like, a simulation thing, and that one was fucking sweet. There was the Pit, which was in Pittsburgh, which became sort of like a raider outpost thing. Zeta, which I think was Mothership Zeta, was finally going and dealing with the aliens that have been taking part in Fallout lore for fucking ever. Then...
dog kennel over there.
Okay. Lookout Point, or whatever it was called, was the one that was like Louisiana swamp people thing. Which, if I remember correctly, also had a bunch of like Lovecraft stuff in it. Then New Vegas got the Big MT, which was the... God, what was the... I don't remember what the name of the actual DLC was, but that was the one that was like science fiction absurdity with the scientists who had been, like, shoved their brains into robots and had largely forgotten... Point Lookout, that was it, yeah. Who had forgotten a bunch of stuff about themselves. What were the other DLCs? Because that's always the one that stuck out for me. Treasure of the Sierra Madre, which was the treasure hunting one. With the, like... I think that one was the one that was called Dead Money. Which is the one that had, like... the special gas that covered the whole map that you had to, like, limit your time in and such. Right, Old World Blues was the Big MT one, Which one was Honest Hearts? I don't remember what Honest Heart... Was Honest Hearts the one that went out to... Honest Hearts and Lonesome Road are the ones that I don't remember what they were. Because I know one of them was going out to deal with... Okay, Honest Hearts was the Zion one. Okay. Then which one was Lonesome Road? Because I thought Lonesome Road was the last one where you dealt with, Zion and the Burned Man. Because I think Big MT and that one were the ones I spent the most time with. Yeah, they just turned on either... Oop, yep, I see him. Crap. Missed. Why did I reload? Why did I reload? Come on, stick your head back out. Where's your friend? Crap. And I gotta deal with this armored. Shit. One should be, like, right below you on... So, one is, like, there-ish. I don't know where the other one went. Oop. Damn it. What the fuck? Oh, they're both there. Just hit one of them. Oh, right, Lonesome Road is the one dealing with the other courier. I forgot about that. Yeah. For some reason, I get the other courier and the... I'm throwing a flashbang. Crap! Never mind, they popped out and saw me. I am not doing well today. I always get the other courier and the Burned Man conflated.
Whereabouts are they?
I don't actually know. Oh, forward more. Forward and on your left. Yeah, in there. See that little hallway on your left? They went inside.
Yep.
Ooh, co-op only on a puzzle game sounds not great. Wait, is that a dead player?
Yeah.
Don't think that was... Did you kill that person?
Nope.
Okay. I was about to say, I don't think that's one of them, because they're both wearing, like, black. But yeah, they're downstairs. They're inside...
I killed one.
Okay, they're inside the area where the boss is, or would be.
Somebody just died.
Yeah, I was gonna ask if you did that. But yeah, I'm gonna level with you. I'm not terribly big on puzzlers in general. There are a couple that I own, which I'm not gonna name because you all know what they are, damn it. Where the puzzler is weirdly good and has no right to be that good. But like, I really enjoy Portal and Portal 2. I don't enjoy them because of the puzzles. I enjoy them because of the writing, and the puzzles are interesting to do. Maybe you don't, Lording Death, but there's a very specific game that pretty much, let's be honest here, everyone owns, most people own, that has terrible, awful, awful writing, and is one of those games that you're just like, don't think about the writing, because it's terrible and awful, and what the fuck is wrong with the writer, and definitely racist. But it's an annoyingly good puzzle game. See you, Manfred, thanks for sticking around.
I know which one you're talking about.
Yeah. And at least once, we still have a Patreon video of my wife and Miriam playing it. Because it's not allowed on Twitch. I feel like that should narrow the list down very quickly. Because they had to stream it on YouTube.
Yeah, I think he killed himself.
Okay, weird. There's two of them, though, so...
I killed one of them.
Okay. I'm trying to pet the child, but... Here. Well, okay, then. I need bullets now. I'm gonna level with you right now. I actually can't remember the name. I'm trying to remember it, and I just cannot for the life of me remember it, or else I'd say it at this point.
Looks like the other hunters might be coming here.
Crap.
I burned his body.
Ooh, he's not burning.
Just in case.
He's not burned out. I can still
Okay.
loot him.
This hunter is burned out though.
Weird.
So this hunter that they killed before we got here.
Crap. Now I need to remember the name. Why can't I remember the name?
Ammo here.
Yay, more ammo, please. It's definitely not Tetris. No, I'm not talking about one of the Sakura games. Because I'm gonna
Are you
let. I'm
trying
gonna.
to remember the name of the game that you're talking about?
Yeah.
Fez.
No, it's. What? No.
It's a puzzle game that. Oh, it's puzzle platform.
Yeah, I'm talking about
It
the.
had a huge amount of controversy between the creator.
Yeah, that's because the creator is a dickhead. I'm talking about one where it's very sexual.
Oh.
Which is why it's not allowed on Twitch. But has annoyingly good puzzle elements. Yes, Honey Pop, that's the one. Thank you, Tramer.
Alright. Okay.
Yeah. Where it's one of those games that just eventually you will probably end up owning, because it's also cheap as dirt and comes in a whole bunch of random bundles.
Comes in bundles on Humble Bundle like every month.
Yeah, it's not one of the Sakura games, because I don't remember if Sakura games are... I've never actually played a Sakura game. There's a whole shitload of them in our game giveaway list, but frankly, a bunch of them were taken up by people going like, huh, I mean, might as well.
Can't tell if they are going for the extraction or they're going for clues.
Honestly, hard to tell. We can just sit it, like, we can just wait it. But,
Wait a couple minutes, let's find out.
yeah. Yeah, like, the primary issue with Honey Pop is that the main, what's it, the fairy that gives you your horrible, weird fucking mission is kind of creepy, and very rapey, and very racist.
Looks like they're going to the prison. So they're going for clue tokens.
Okay. Otherwise, it is an annoyingly good puzzle game that is also very sexual, so not allowed to be played on Twitch. Which is why I was saying that we have, I think, one or two videos of Haley and Miriam getting together, and I think they streamed it on YouTube, and then we have it on Patreon now. Because it wasn't a you need to be on our Patreon to watch stream, but it was like, we can't really archive this properly, so we're just gonna archive this on... Crap. We're just gonna archive this on Patreon as like a relatively low tier. A spoiler for what? For Honey Pop? Because if it's a spoiler for Honey Pop, who the fuck cares? Oh my god.
Yeah, it looks like they're circling down this way.
Okay, that's bad. Wow! Oh, I'm gonna die again. I'm going to die again. That was weird. Oh, yeah. Yeah, just because you have sex with her doesn't mean that she isn't kind of rapey whenever she talks about any other girl in the game. Which just makes it extra weird that the sequel to that game has been in development now for, like, years? Like, years and years. I don't even... Honestly, the game gets even weirder when you also realize that there are, I think it's like 2 secret characters besides the fairy. Hang on. No, not Honeycomb Studios, because that game actually just came out. Also, Oakzone, I can't hear you for a second.
Okay.
There we go. So yeah, technically there's 3 hidden characters if you count the fairy, because it's the fairy and then...
They're here.
Crap. And an alien and a cat girl. Yep, I see them. Okay, I hit one of them, but only the once. They've also got me trapped in here with a firebomb. Oh, right, yeah, I guess there are 3, because it's the alien, the cat girl, the fairy, and then, like, the love goddess or whatever. Which, let's be honest here, love is definitely a strong word. Oop, shit. Dynamite near me.
I got killed with a talon.
Okay. God damn it! I looked the wrong direction first! Damn it! But yeah. That's the game I'm referring to. But no, not Honeycomb Studios. There's a Honeypop 2 that has been in development since, like, 2016. And I think the last time they said anything about it was last year?
Night to all of it.
Yep, sleep well, Tall Hobbit. I hope your sleep schedule becomes under control. I don't know why I went with the passive voice there.
I gotta try to do that tonight as well.
I
Also need to level up some Pokemon.
Ah.
I haven't done that one.
I stand corrected. They put out a gameplay trailer this year. In January. I'm really tempted to watch it. It's going to be awful.
That's funny. I just unlocked the Romero hatchet.
I'm confused because I'm looking at their Twitter account. The game isn't out, but they announced that they're on Valentine's Day. They announced that they're putting in Valentine's Day unique outfits for a game that isn't out yet. My brain hurts.
Huh.
Huh. Also, I'm looking back at their most recent tweet, which is basically a thing of like, sorry, delayed again because got major health thing. I'm like, oh, that was at the right time. That could have been like an early COVID case. Well, not early, but like a COVID case. And they were gone for a month. Really tempted to click on this trailer, but that's a bad idea. Give me just a second, Tramer, while I figure out my next hunter who's going to die horribly. But then, yes, I will look at it. Sure. I'm just gonna drop way too much money today. No, not stream. Steam. Come here, Steam. Ah. Well, that would be why that game would be free. It's like, ah, good. Love when you search Steam on Google and, like, half the first page is just, like, go to actual Steam, and then right below that is a whole bunch of stuff of, like, recommended games or games that are on sale, and when the first one is like 100% off, I'm like, what? It's just like, because it's a game that has all reviews as mixed, and recent reviews all mostly negative. It's like, well, that would be a choice. What am I looking at? Biped?
Oh, one thing I forgot to mention on the patch notes for
Mhm.
the 1.3, they are changing up the chaos bomb.
Oh, how so?
It is going to be more random and have more of the same types of bullets going off,
Okay.
as opposed to everything, so that it seems more like, and like there's gonna be bigger gaps between firing, so it seems like a.
So it sounds more like an actual
firefight.
player. Okay. This seems like a really cool game to watch, but definitely not my kind of game personally. Like, it looks very, very, like, play with friends sort of thing. I have no better way of describing it than that. Like this looks like it would make a very good party game.
You're not supposed to keep your sanity alive.
What? What about my sanity?
Oh, Tramer. It's like, just to have fun and keep sanity alive. I'm like, you're not supposed to keep sanity alive.
Lording Death? Yes. Killing Floor 2 is great. Honestly, we have a group that is, like, mostly complete for playing it, and I need to try and get them to play it more, because I love... It is the most cathartic thing. And it's one of those things where we used to play it a lot on stream, but we stopped because we had a running issue of the folks who kept asking for that on stream then wouldn't watch for more than about half an hour. So they were bad. Like, I played it with another streamer, so we just kept ending up in this endless cycle of, like...
bad hype men.
Well, it was like, they'd be, yeah, we're doing the thing, and they'd be, all of the folks who were like, yes, that's our thing. We love it when you do that. Would be there for a bit, and then they'd leave. Ooh, okay. I'm making a poor life choice and throwing the video on. This is 2 minutes long? Good lord. Okay, I'm not going to have a chance to watch this then.
Alright. Northeast about 20, and then that one that's about 300.
Okay.
I have a crossbow.
Yeah, 20's probably closer. I have a Spectre and a Nagant officer.
Okay.
But yeah, I love Killing Floor 2. Because Haley generally plays a medic and is quite good at it. If she's not playing a medic, I play a medic, and if not, I usually try and play Gunslinger, because I like gunslingers, I can't help it. Then we had one person, Steph, actually, almost always played the Pyro, because, look, if you give Steph the option to set shit on fire, she will set shit on fire. Bill usually played the Demolitionist.
I was gonna say, Steph usually questions why this is not on fire.
Yeah. I don't feel like... Then we had Chewy and Gothic, who I don't think had, like, fixed specific ones. Like, Gothic tended to bounce around between, like... the Commando and... whichever one did really liked SMGs. No, not the Berserker. That was my off class. God, the Berserker was fun and stupid. No, he did the Commando, which was the one that was, like, assault rifles, and whatever subclass it was that did SMGs. Ooh, horsey. don't remember what Chewie ever played, which is weird. Because I feel like he definitely played a lot of the, like, he would gap fill.
You think Sparks or Nitro?
I mean, if you can use a Nitro, use a fucking Nitro.
No, that...
Oh, that's not a Nitro. Although, I haven't fired a Nitro in a long time. Tremor, I think it would be pretty good to watch, yeah. Like, it looks real silly and fun. It's not my cup of tea to play, but it's definitely, like, it looks like, sort of comparable to, like, Humans Fall Flat, where it looks really silly and fun to play, but also just, like, looking at, oh god, it's the mannequin shop! I know we're walking different directions, I'm just checking the mannequin shop for money real quick. God, I hate this place.
I really at some point want to play Human Fall Flat.
It looks interesting, but it... Honestly, every time I look at Human Fall Flat, I go, ah, yes, Gang Beasts was great. And then just want to play Gang Beasts.
That too.
But Gang Beasts also, like... One of their updates just kind of made the game not work properly, so... And I think they've since fixed it, but still... It was also a game that was a massive pain in the ass to play online, so... As soon as I wasn't in university anymore, it stopped being quite so feasible.
Yeah.
But, honestly, Trimmer, that's always kind of one of the sneaky good ways to try and get better viewership, is, like, if there's a new, small indie game that you haven't heard people talk about, then that's almost assuredly one of the best ways to get people to check out a new channel, is to be one of the places streaming that game. Because, assuming that the devs are up on... Damn it, that was me. Assuming the devs are up on what they're doing, which, considering that this is a dev and a publisher, I feel like you have a better chance of that. There's a very good chance that they will be keeping an eye out for people playing it early on in its life cycle. Like, Joe Kim got that with, what's it called? Starcrossed, where, like, he played it on release day and immediately had, like, 3 of the devs in the chat talking about it, and I don't remember if they in any way, like, shared it, but it was still like, hey, you've got 3 viewers who are very knowledgeable about the game and are giving... are interesting to talk to because they made the fucking thing.
Didn't you have devs for one game?
Yes, for a game that I want to go back and play more of, but I haven't had the time or the inclination. Arcade Spirits.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, because that was also a game that the devs gifted me, actually. The publisher gifted me. It was like the one time that's ever happened. Yeah, Arcade Spirits is very good. It's just also, like... Turns out I might not actually really enjoy dating games if the gameplay loop is not anything besides just the talking. Because, like, I hate to say it, and refer back to a very poorly written game, but that's why I enjoy playing Honey Pop, is that the dating aspect I profoundly don't care about. But the fact that the primary gameplay loop of the puzzle solving is just really good. Someone's meleeing something nearby.
Yep.
I guess 15-ish.
Yeah, I'm trying to get away from the token.
Okay. See, Lording Death, I agree, but that just doesn't sell me on it, honestly. Because I put that mentally into the same category as the... Like, the focus on sex in Honey Pop, where it's like, okay, I get that is the selling point for some people, but for me it's just... I need the gameplay loop to be there. Are you shooting?
Nope.
Okay, I'm coming. Okay, I see one dead. Do you know where the other one is? I got shot. Can't see him, but I got shot. I think they're around the corner that I'm watching, but I can't peek or anything.
Yeah, I killed one.
Damn it! I shot them once, but now I'm blind and I can't see anything. Oh, I killed them! Yay! Woo! They're dead. Okay. And there's heals over here.
That's good.
Oh.
I shot this guy in the back at point blank with a crossbow.
I love story too, Lording Death, but I like story woven into gameplay, I guess. Where it's like, if I wanted to just play, or to just, like, do a visual novel, then I'd probably just want to read a book instead. And maybe that seems mean, but at the same time, like, I stand by it. And hey, I got a free Bornheim extended.
Nice. I got a Fair to Lady Carabiner with a bayonet.
Ooh, fun. Like, I wish I enjoyed visual novels more. It's just that this might sound weird. It feels like the like the attempt at being a game gets in the way of it being a better story. It's just like, if I'm gonna do a visual novel, I don't want it, because they stick with, frankly, they do what a lot of people would argue that they should do to be considered a game, which is have stuff like fail states. I'm like, no, don't have a fail state. Just
That's about 345-ish.
yeah, close by too. Just like let it go through the story you're telling. Like, the illusion of choice is a thing. Do it. It's fine. If your story is important, then the illusion of choice is fine. If not, then you're letting the player tell the story, and that's also okay, but... Really? There?
On top of the building.
Okay. Sorry, I'm closer to the gunfire at north.
If I had a scope, I could do it.
Okay. I don't, so... Yeah, it also comes down to that sort of, like...
Oh, it also sounds like they're in a fight.
Yeah. But yeah, the visual novel thing also, I feel like, comes down to the point that a lot of them really need an editor to come through and just take some stuff out. What the hell? I can't see a notification for what that is. Hang on. I literally cannot see what that is. Oh! King Zombie, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome to the lair. I hope you enjoy the lore. Sorry, Right! That's the thing that I never fixed Loratron to do now. Loratron does not welcome new follows anymore. I forgot about that. Yeah, exactly, Lording Death. It's sort of the idea that, like, yes, there is a better choice in all situations. And in theory, you're supposed to get to that by going, I have spoken with this character and read all of their dialogue and vaguely understand, like, here are the things that this character is motivated by. Okay, I'm gonna reference something real dumb here. There's a visual novel game called High School Romance that has a very significant issue with exactly that. Okay, I have no punch things. See, I feel like Telltale games have more of a gameplay loop to it. Where at least there are, like, interactions and things that you can do. It's not just the visual novel thing. I don't see the emblem.
I got a bullet whizzed by my head.
Okay. But then again, I also didn't play a ton of Telltale games, if I'm completely honest. But yeah, they have the mini games, I guess, is probably the best way of putting it, and I think that is a good way of trying to add variation, and they definitely got better at it the longer that they went. which sucks, because apparently one of their best ones is supposed to be Tales from the Borderlands, which isn't accessible on PC anymore. Which sucks, but yeah.
I think I still have it downloaded on my PS4.
So you can get it on PS4 and on Xbox, or on whatever. Shit, I'm getting shot at. I'm on fire. I'm dead. They came down. Yeah, you made a choice, but it didn't change the outcome. Yeah, that would definitely... Ooh, on your left, too. I don't think we're doing this well. Yeah. I feel like the way that Telltale did it, though, generally was like... Okay, and this is overarching, so there were assuredly some instances where it did not work out this way. But the point was that your choice doesn't matter, that it's going to be bad. And yeah, Lording Death, it's not for sale on Steam anymore because of some sort of licensing changeover, so that their PC version is not available for purchase. Like, if you own it, you can re-download it, but it's specifically on PC not available anymore, which honks, because, like I said, it was supposed to be one of their best ones. But yeah, there were definitely certain... I think that's part of the issue, is that Telltale sort of fell into the Mass Effect trap of your choices being these big world-shaking events, and some of them were, and a lot of them weren't. Yeah. God, I'm 34 experience away from some more free money. This has been a bad one today.
Free money.
We're just getting punished for that one free run.
Yeah. I gotta get back in the game. I'm down on my kill death ratio.
Welcome to my territory. But High School Romance is an extremely cheap visual novel game that... Oh, is that the dev who is broadcasting Biped? Okay. When I pulled up the Steam page, I was looking at the broadcast. That to get any of the endings, you have to make very specific choices every time you are given a choice. And some of them are, you have to make certain choices before you even meet one of the characters. Where it's just like, fuck, that's stupid. That's stupid. The visual novel Dark Souls? No, because I would say that's closer to the visual novel Hollow Knight, or the visual novel I Want to Be the Guy. Not quite I Want to Be the Boshi. Because the thing with Dark Souls is usually that you can look at a situation and go, there is, like, I'm walking into a wide open room. I should look up and make sure that nothing's about to jump down on me. No, not Dark Souls is a visual novel. The visual novel version, or the Dark Souls of visual novels. I compare that more with...
Dark Souls was a visual novel. I played it completely wrong.
I mean, there is a Dark Souls graphic novel. I think, actually, it might be unofficial. I've just seen bits of it a lot. I compare that to, like, the Hollow Knight, or the I Want to Be the Guy, or to a lesser extent, to a significantly greater extent, the I Want to Be the Boshi thing of, there is literally a trap ahead that you cannot dodge without knowing that it's there ahead of time. And it's just like, that's not fun. That's why I will never try and play I Want to Be the Boshi or I Want to Be the Guy, where it's just like, no! No. War
of attrition.
Yeah, it's a war of attrition, and there are literally puzzles coming up that you cannot possibly solve unless you know that it's coming up. And even then, once you know it's there, that only tells you that it's there, not how to deal with it immediately. But how will I be the Boshi? I won't, because no. Look, I have a lot of internalized, like, self-loathing. I don't have that much self-loathing.
I watched one streamer in particular complete that every single year on Christmas.
And that's still absurd. I don't understand why he does that to himself.
Like his face is actually in the game. Like he beat the game, and the creator put his face in the game.
Like, it's impressive. I'm just like, no. Then again,
he also does the 106% Super Meat Boy.
Yeah.
In, like, no time.
Yeah. But, like, I appreciate that games like that exist, because the same thing is, like, I love watching Adam play through twitch.tv/cbats. I love watching him play through Darkest Dungeon, because it's just that, like, fundamental understanding of how the game works on such a deep, intuitive level that you have to make things harder for yourself. And I really appreciate someone who is that good at something. Even if I look at it and go, God, I wish I could play Darkest Dungeon, even on, like, Radiant difficulty, but, oh, no. No, I can't do it. I want to, but I can't.
On the Switch, and I just wish the controls were better for it on Switch.
I just imagine that on controller would not be fun. I don't feel like Dark Souls or You Were Dead 30 Hours Ago. I don't think is really a thing for I've already forgotten the name. Darkest Dungeon. It's more of a someone critted and that just made the entire party fall apart. Is one crit. I don't have a melee weapon. I'm an idiot.
One RNG.
But yeah, it was sort of the same issue that I always had with FTLs. Like, one bad RNG and it's just like, and everything's fucked.
I love FTL. I do want to stream that other game that I was talking about. I don't know how well it's going to be stream-wise.
I mean, never going to find out if you don't give it a try.
Yeah, that is true.
You said it was Into the Sun, right?
Crying Sun.
Crying Sun. Sorry, that's what was confusing me. Is I believe there's a game called Into the Sun on the Epic Store.
I believe that is true.
And part of why I was real confused is that it's not in any possible way a spaceship game. I believe that's the one that is very much trying to be, let's do Bioshock 1 again.
So yeah, Crying Sun is very much a lot like FTL, but there are some different mechanics to it that make it completely different. Close
to the sun? Maybe? It's something to the sun.
I mean, there's Race to the Sun or something like that.
No, not that one, because that is a much older game, because I remember Total Biscuit talking about that game. I can't even see the screaming horse. I don't know.
Oh, leech-filled meat sack.
Let me see if I can find a light somewhere. But yeah, not Race to the Sun, because that's that, like... It's kind of an infinite runner, isn't it?
Again, I don't know. Never played it, I just know the name.
That was dumb, but it worked, so not dumb.
I hear an angry... Never mind, I thought it was a fire boy.
Nah, it was a husk that I set on fire. Oof-de-doof-de-doof. Managed to snag a faction GL with clown cartridge in full court. Wait, faction GL. Comes GL? Also, wait. Oh, grenade launcher. I remember clown cartridge fills the mag somehow, but I don't remember how. 4 in the mag, but sometimes it can get 6, 7, or 8. Fucking hell. Is it just random? Like, I don't... Clown cartridge is still a new enough perk that I don't remember it super well. Because is it the one that's just, like, you randomly get more in the magazine sometimes?
That is the perfect name for something that does that.
Yep. Randomly get an overfilled mag. Yep. There's a bunch of new Destiny 2 weapon perks that are just like, that is the perfect name. I don't know if this is a good perk. Where there's like, hang on. There's one that's like gold to lead, where you can convert, where whenever you pick up, I think it's special ammo, you also get like the kinetic or whatever kind of ammo the gun specifically uses. It's very weird. It's not a weird name, it's a perfect name. I love Vorpal Weapon as one of the new perks. That one's great, because it does more damage against bosses and guardians who are using a super.
Yeah, does sound good.
Yeah. There's just a couple of very silly ones lately. And then a bunch that are just very straightforward. Power becomes special or primary or vice versa. Yeah. Ooh, doggos on your right. Damn it, that was the one I was shooting at. Our timing was a little bit too perfect there, because I did not land a single shot. Because the first one, you shot the head as I was shooting at the head.
Yep.
The second one, you shot at, which made him shift ever so slightly to the left, so I didn't shoot at him. And then the last one, you shot...
Thunder's here. Thunder's here.
Okay. As I shot, and they didn't die. Or, you killed it, and then I tried to shoot and hit its corpse, so no hit. Okay. Crap. I feel like Vorpal Weapon should do more damage to enemies with heads. Yeah, but that would be too good, because think of how many enemies don't actually have heads. The only one I can think of is Harpy. And even then, you could probably argue that their weird eye thing is a head, with the rest of their body being like the segments floating around it.
I think they're over near me.
Possibly? I'm seeing the armored running around. He might be after me. Yeah, I think the armored's after me. The only enemy... Actually, no, right. There is another enemy that has no head. There's a kind of the Scorn that have no heads. Because their weak point is instead their brazier thing. Or their sensor. Crap.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Want to leave then?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, where's our nearest? East? Like northeast-ish?
Yep.
Mostly east? The issue always with just add more enemies, then, is that Destiny is already a stupidly large game, and...
You just get shot at?
No, that's me shooting at zombies on my way out.
Good.
And there's a reason why the first... Someone just threw an explosive at me. There's a reason why the first new race that Destiny added was functionally, let's use the existing models with some minor visual changes. Like, giving the Phalanxes a different shield, but giving them just like a different skin. And it's to cut down on memory usage. So, I'm kind of amazed they got to the point that they made the Scorn, which are all have their own, like, models. I'm really tempted to play on the preview just because I can see slightly better over there. 75% of the file size is the damn cutscenes? Really? Because the cutscenes do not have a great, like, resolution for me. Where are they? I don't fucking see them.
That's where we just got shot at from.
Okay. Why the hell does my headphone keep beeping at me? It's actively charging. This is also super not a great space for me to be, but whatever. I am not seeing anything. Even less memory usage, just current enemies with no heads. Most of them kind of need their heads. for, like, the thinking and stuff. I guess Minotaurs don't really need their head, but their head is also just sort of part of their torso anyway. Now I'm just remembering how much I'm... Oop, they're still there. Never mind, that's a zombie. Definitely just almost tried to headshot a zombie because I thought it was a player. Now I can't see shit.
More northeast.
Yeah. Problem is, I think they're going to the extraction. These are brand new. These are Steel Series. These are Arctis 7. I don't know why it's currently beeping at me, because I'd assume that it's beeping at me because the battery's low, but it's plugged in right now. No, it's not that it's dying. They've got a battery for like 24 hours, that should last about 24 hours, and I've kept it charged pretty consistently. There is a hive. There they are. Could not fucking see it. I've got lights. Yeah, I've got lights right up. Oop, yep, there it is. Lights right above this screen, so I cannot see in night missions. But yeah, like it's plugged in and charging right now. Oh, that was nearby. Honestly, though, I'm really happy with these. Crap! These crows were very nearby. I'm just heading for the extraction, though.
Good.
I think they might be trying to set up a trap for other people, not necessarily, like, for the token carriers.
Yeah.
But also, I can't see, so if we get in a firefight, I literally can't help, so... Because I can see the direction we came from, kind of, but not the one we're going in, which is why I'm also going the wrong direction constantly, because I can't see anything. Come here. But yeah, Destiny also doesn't really have any kind of hive mind enemy. Like, even the Vex aren't really a hive mind. They have sort of a... Vex are weird. I mean, no, Lording Death, but that's what I'm specifically saying, is that their argument has always been that we don't want to add more races because, frankly, they can just keep fleshing out the ones they've got. And a hive mind is just, if you add a hive mind, no matter what happens, everyone is going to compare them to the Zerg and the Tyranid. And the Zerg are literally, we could not get access to making the Tyranid, so we made our own version of the Tyranid. So, just like, no one wants to make hive minds because that.
I was going to say, and like Zoe just said, and the Borg.
Is it weird that I don't think of the Borg as a hive mind, but I guess they are? It's just, I always think of them as machine hive mind, which I consider distinct to me for some reason.
I mean, that's fair.
Yeah. But yes,
But,
and,
I mean,
or the
they
Borg.
They act the same way that, like, the Zerg, because there's the hierarchy that actually has some free will.
Yeah, but that's also exactly the same as the Tyranid, too.
Yeah.
It's just that the Tyranid don't get characterized as much as the Zerg tend to. But yeah, fun fact, for anyone who didn't know this, back when Games Workshop didn't just hand out tiny aspects of their IP to anyone who came calling, it used to be that Games Workshop had a policy where they gave all of the rights to basically their entire, like, their video game rights, they just sat with Relic. So, at one point, Blizzard, I believe this was after Warcraft 1, but not before Warcraft 2, and before Warcraft 2, went to Games Workshop and was like, hey, can we have access to, like, these small aspects of your IP to do an RTS? And I don't think they had actually given their IP over to Relic yet, but it was still, like, they wanted to do an RTS with the Eldar, the Zerg, and the Imperium. And Games Workshop said no. They went, well, okay, I guess we'll just make our own versions of them. So we got the Confederacy,
Yep.
the Protoss, and the Zerg. It's like, okay.
I remember hearing rumors. I think it was debunked though about the Bethesda and Game of Thrones for Skyrim.
I very much doubt that. Like, the
'Cause
timeline
they
is...
are just too. There's too much. Like, the amount of similarities in Skyrim with the Game of Thrones, like the Draugr and the...
Yeah, but that's because they're both pulling from the same source material.
Well, no, but like I said, I think it was
Yeah.
debunked, but like because the timeline actually it lines up fairly good.
It lines up okay, but
So
only because R.R. Martin takes for fucking ever to write a book.
right,
So it's like, yeah, it lines up such that there was a niche market who were very interested in the books, but not the wide appeal of the TV show, so that seems unlikely. And also just, like, pulling at the strings of, but there are these similarities, and these similarities being, yes, they're pulling from similar source material of general Norse basis. I just have a passed out dog in that couch. I really wish I had the dog cam set up yet.
I have no idea where my cat is, which is kind of unsettling.
Camera, here, come with me, camera. I need to show you something. Ah! It's hooked on the back of my screen. Here. Oh, good, yes. Open your eyes now that I'm trying to show you to the world. There, yes. Go back to sleep. Good boy. He's so precious. He's so precious and kind of dumb. Oh, God, come here. Come here, camera.
This might be my last one for tonight.
Okay, that's fair.
Close to midnight, and I'm gonna try and get a normal night's sleep, and hopefully not a normal me night's.
Yeah, that sounds like a better plan. I am probably gonna try and get my Python set up, but otherwise I'll probably do the same. Because, hey, reminder that tomorrow is our community day, which means, in this case, we are playing Mario Kart. Because fuck yes, Mario Kart.
And I am trying to plan to be there.
Yeah! But yeah, we're going to be playing Mario Kart, and it's going to be great and wonderful, and then we might play a tiny amount of Animal Crossing. We'll see. The focus.
A tiny amount of Animal Crossing means 6 hours.
I do not mean 6 hours. I mean actually try and do a tiny amount of Animal Crossing. Because, look, either I need to try and take some time off on, and if I actually have the house to myself, I need to do a bunch of fucking house chores. It's like, look, I haven't vacuumed in, like, weeks because no one is ever not in the house. So I'm just like, I haven't had a chance to vacuum. Or anything. Also, I'm massively behind on VODs, so I need to do that. Anyway. But yes, the important thing is Mario Kart. You okay over there?
Yeah.
Okay. Oop. Gunfire 315-ish?
Yep.
May or may not have started laying out the design for a gauntlet to enter your island. Oh, you monster. Oh, crap. Watch out. There's also a meathead in the northern corner.
Got the clue.
Okay. Oh, by the way, cash register. But yeah, Apple, that's mean. I love it, but that's mean. I feel like I also saw a tweet today of someone doing something like that, except that they set it up after people had entered the island, so they just couldn't leave. So they set it up, like, behind them. It's essentially a minefield until you get terraforming tools.
Tarantula.
Yeah. I mean, at least you haven't gone mad and are trying to farm Tarantula Islands yet.
No, I don't like spiders that much.
But they're worth so much money.
I will get my money elsewhere.
Remember, money trees. They are the best way. They just take some time. Because, hey, yeah, just a thing. For anyone who has not played Animal Crossing before, those little golden spots that you get one of every day, that if you dig in it, you get 1,000 bells. Don't fill that in like I did when we were streaming earlier today. If you drop money back into that, it will grow into a money tree. I believe it only gives you money once, but however much you put in, it will grow 3 bundles of that much cash. So if you put in 99,000 bells, which is the max that you can, it will give you 3 bags of 99,000 bells in, like, 5 days. It's actually probably like 3 or 4, but I'm saying 5 to offset, because I don't remember. Yeah. I don't... Yes, you can do 99k. That was... Oh, Apple, were you not there? Because when I was dead for a while, I was playing some Animal Crossing and happened to shake my 99,000 bell tree. It was good. It was very good. I was able to pay off an entire bridge at once. But yeah, I can't wait to get terraforming, but at the same time, I'm really tempted to try and do the absurd level of layout that I saw in that one person's tweet, where they went completely mad and did like a full, like, laid out city, and oh, it was so pretty, and I was just like, I need this.
Dogs.
Okay. Can you reach them? Also, do you have enough throwing knives?
I have enough to get most of them, if they come back.
Meanwhile, you're moving
Problem is,
buildings and organizing your orchard? Nice. I don't think they're coming back. I think we're gonna have to go at least a little loud. But I'm also trying to not shoot you. Here's the last one. Okay, I'm dead.
that's done.
I didn't realize you don't need bullet grubber to save bullets in the Crown and King.
That makes sense.
Does it?
I think because it's mechanically different than different enough from the Spectre.
Oh, so just... Oh, okay. Because, like, with the Spectre, the idea is that you...
Eject the pressure.
Well, I think it's more that you pump the... Like, pumping the shotgun doesn't, like, loads one into the... Loads one... Sorry, I thought I heard footsteps. Loads one into the barrel. But also gives you access to loading it, but pumping the... So, the act of pumping physically loads a shell into the barrel, but also ejects a spare cartridge, or a theoretically used cartridge. But in this case, it just auto-ejects a cartridge when it is used, so there shouldn't be any open space, I guess.
Give me back my throwing knives.
If they don't want to give you... Ah, fuck. Damn, I was running away from you, stupid birds. Well, I don't know about you, but I was planning on doing the traditional throw to Funko at end of stream. Because he's playing... Actually, I'm going to be honest, that's probably what might keep me up late tonight, is Funko's playing Total Warhammer, and I'm just like, yes? Yes. I know that's not the name of the game, and I don't care, that's what they should have fucking called it. Ooh, I have no... Oh, wait, I've got the whole knife.
I put 2 throwing knives in that guy.
Wait, in the immolator?
And by that guy, I mean the horse.
Ah, that's weirder.
Very present.
I just got a hit indicator for throwing that dynamite at him. Like, the dynamite itself did a tiny, tiny bit of damage.
I can see that.
There are some very specific guns that have a reload animation that are my favorite, but it's specifically their bullet grubber animations. I think it's the Bornheim has my favorite, where if you have bullet grubber, what happens is through that same system where the process of loading a round into the barrel causes a theoretically spent casing to eject. In guns that do that, you then lose that cartridge if it wasn't actually an expended one. And my favorite animations are 2 of the ones where if you've got the bullet grubber trait, you in some way catch that... that explosion was me too.
Yeah. I saw.
Someone's right outside me.
That's me.
Oh, fucking hell.
Probably.
Are you below me?
Yeah.
Okay, then yeah, probably. You catch the bullet. So, specifically the Bornheim, where it just, like, ejects out the side, and you, like, catch it and push it back down into the top of the magazine is cool. But I think my favorite one is still with the Spectre, where you pump it, and the shell flies out the edge, and your character just sort of, like, reaches over with the other hand and, like, plucks it out of the air and loads it back into the bottom of the... I'm trying to remember the name for that part of the gun. Also, wow, we are away from fucking everything.
Let's say, the only thing I could think of name-wise would be... Hopper?
Ah, maybe. I think we should go camp out at Ironworks.
Ironworks?
Yeah, because the Assassin Banishers can have 2 easy exits. And the Butcher Banishers, if they want to get a quick exit, are gonna have to go through Ironworks. Or they have to go through the area that will have already theoretically been fortified to stop the Assassin Banishers. But yeah, I don't have Bullet Grubber, so I can't show my favorite reload animation right now, but yeah. I think it only even affects, like, 3 guns, but it's such a good perk.
I'm not sure, but I think I just heard my cat fall off something.
That's more funny than anything. Still, now I'm just wondering what Funko is playing, because I'm... Like, what race he's playing, because I'm really hoping for... that he's doing Lizardmen again, because I didn't get to see enough of that. And if I were ever to play Warhammer Fantasy, I would play Lizardman. Did I don't think I talked about this out loud, and it was only in my head. Have I talked about those words for me? The dumb stream idea that is actually a stream that I used to do that was like, oh, that would be fun, since all sports are currently canceled. Of doing...
Blood Bowl?
Yeah. Because we used to have a stream that was specifically Sunday Night Blood Bowl.
Yeah.
High Elves? Okay, well, they're also interesting. But I'm just kind of tempted to do it, because I am not good at Blood Bowl, but I'd kind of like to play more.
Isn't Blood Bowl kind of like, and the broadest spectrum, XCOM, like movement and turn-wise?
Sort of. I can explain better in a second. I would say Blood Bowl 2, just because more races, and I have nothing against Blood Bowl 1, but just the Blood Bowl 2, because it's the more recent one, more than anything. So, the way that Blood Bowl works is that you try and set up your moves first, because your moves can't fail, mostly. So it's basically you grab a character and you do all of the stuff that you want to do with them specifically, and then they are done. And the issue comes in where if a character does something that they could possibly fail at, if they fail, your turn just ends there.
They're coming over this side.
Okay. So usually the plan is that you get all of your movement out of the way, because if someone moves, they can't move and attack and like punch, basically. Oop, yep, see him. That's tagged at a tree. Sorry. There we go. That's more accurate.
Is that them firing or you?
I didn't fire. That was them firing. Yeah, they're out in the swamp. They might have seen me, but hard to tell. Oop, yep, right there.
Yep, he just got bum rushed by something.
Good. They see me. Damn it! I just got Winfield in the fucking head. From how far away? 30 meters. Okay, there's another team nearby. That's a zombie. But yeah, so, like, ideally in Blood Bowl, you try and get all your movement out of the way, because then you have blocking, which can fail. But ideally, you try and set up your blocks so that you have... It is physically, you roll a bunch of dice, and you pick one of the options that is showing on the dice. And the options are usually like, it's blocker down, both down, push... What's the other one? And then, like, good one that's like they're knocked down. But I think the dice have more pushes on them. And you try and set it up so that you've got more strength around the thing you're trying to push down. And certain races are just good about swarming or just, like, beating up an enemy. Some races are better at, like, throwing and catching, because you can also fail at throwing and... You can fail at picking up the fucking ball. But usually the way to offset picking up the ball is that you surround the ball in a cage and then have one person walk up and pick it up, because if they drop it, they'll usually not drop it... Or they'll usually drop it into another ally who will have a chance to then grab it. And save you from potentially fucking up. But... My body's burning. But it has this weird secondary effect where you have to... because it's a campaign game, you also have to focus on trying to get all of your people to do stuff so that they get experience, because they only get experience if they successfully interact with the ball, like if they pick it up or throw it or score, or if they hit an opponent. So it'd definitely be like a, I could do this as a stream thing, but if I did, I'd also probably want to try and do it as like a, hey, chat, let's all play together. Yeah, that is not one of the bounty carriers.
One of them just killed him.
Yeah. Well, if you want to try and save my body, I'm below half health now.
Yep.
I'm going to be down to 1 health bar pretty quickly here. It's always why I wanted to try and play Lizard Folk, because Lizard Folk have the weird combination of... they've got their, what is it, skinks and sauruses? And sauruses are just like big, blocky motherfuckers, and skinks have the weird benefit of actually being able to throw and catch and...
How did you get up there?
There's a ladder that you are not going to be able to reach before killing. The ladder is where he was. Leave the horse! Yeah, there's a ladder over where he was. But I'm dead.
Ugh.
Yeah. Small, fast man and bulky sores, and then technically you've got the Croxagore for the just, like... What if you had a slab of meat that walked like a man? And isn't the piece of shit tree that the halflings can get, whose name I forget, that can have a chance of just going, I'm just not going to move today. Actually, I mean, it also gets that, but when big meaty guys get that, it's because they're stupid. The tree can just get a, I've rooted. But yeah, it turns out all the races that I want to play are the ones that are, like, goofy and not necessarily good. Because it's the same with, like, Skaven. Or there's the race, there's a goblin team who are really good, but you basically need to win in the first half of the game. Because if you don't, most of their units get kicked off the field for cheating. So you have to win in the first, like, the first half, and once you hit halftime, you're down to just, like, a whole bunch of absolutely useless goobers. What the f... Are those gunshots?
Seriously, that far with a wind field?
What the fuck? What killed you?
Guy behind me.
Oh. What was their name?
Smack a lack attack.
Yeah, it was that person too. Crap! We have not had a good run today.
No, we had a couple good kills, but that's about it.
Yeah. Oh well.
It's fair.
Yeah, just sometimes it happens. Also, I'm slowly descending out of my camera range. I didn't realize I was doing that. But yeah, thank you all so very much for joining. Sorry that, like, we weren't playing our best today. Like I said, we're going to be thrown over to an El Funko.
I should probably learn how to raid stuff.
You type /raid and space and then the name.
But can I do that in the Streamlabs chat?
You have one of them newfangled moving desks? No, I'm just, like, descending into my chair. Because I have a bad habit of doing that. No, if this was a newfangled moving desk, I would probably be standing a lot more because it would be better for me. But yeah, actually, it just occurred to me, I think you should still be audible when I cut over to the end screen, so I don't need to worry about that anymore. Yes, you should be. Okay, well, thank you all so very much for joining me. Special thank yous to Alfcat, Trimmer101, and Dracus for supporting this stream over on patreon.com/layeroflore. Thank you so very much to King Zombie for that new follow, and Tall Hobbits for those 100 bits. Yeah, we will be back tomorrow in about 13 hours with Mario Kart with chat, so please be ready to come join us for that, because we always love having folks for that. And then maybe a tiny touch of Animal Crossing. But yeah, like I said, we're going to be throwing over to an El Funko, who is playing Total War Warhammer. And yeah, thank you all so very much, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye, folks.